Yo, I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here with some big block action here at USA. We got a four race segment here tonight. Big block modifieds followed by super late models, ARCA Dirt, and then the UMP modifieds here tonight. It is going to be a wild one here tonight. You don't want to miss any of the action. Stay tuned for it here tonight. Will we continue to get some of that drama from last week? Who will Slide Job Steve talk about this week in his segment? I forgot to go ahead and pull up my chat everywhere. Sorry about that, guys. Oh, they make me do a stupid puzzle. So first it's going to be, so first race is going to be, first two races are top split openers. The third race, the ARCA Dirt race, is hosted, and the UMP Modifieds is top split official. How's everybody doing tonight? What's up? Did you guys like the Slide Job Steve segment this week? Let me know in the chat. What did you think about that? It was a whole lot of fun to make. Hoping I get to make some more, have a little bit of fun. Hopefully nobody gets butt hurt, but it will probably more than likely happen. Laboon out there sharing the stream as we are going to get into qualifying here tonight. I'm asking my computer to do a lot right now. I am building the ARCA session right now. So a little bit of work right here. Got to take away that fast repair. Oops. All right, these guys going out on the track to do some qualifying here tonight.
Every lap counts, stakes are high. In this race, only the best get by. Feel the heat, feel the drive. This is where racing truly comes alive. Feel the roll, feel the rush. Dirt and grit.
I did forget to update the points on the ARCA side, guys. We will get that fixed up this week. That is 100% my bad. You liked it? It was funny. Yeah, I see it. I'm sure everybody will get an opportunity to contribute to that. But remember, it is all in good fun. Damn it. All right, I'm going to buy that. 9:15, the ARCA Dirt session goes up if you guys are planning on running that. Right now we are on with Roundtree as he's going to qualify fourth quick. Right now, Aaron Rockefeller at the top of the charts in that number 18 machine. We got Caleb Durgan out on the track. I see Logan Herbert's out here. Is he in the session? He wasn't in the chat. He wasn't in the Discord earlier. Let's get it done, Damien. Says Prime Xavier. Yeah, ARCA is going to be fun. ARCA is going to be fun. Definitely a little bit shorter race lap wise, but it is a big track. So Durgan's going to be fourth quick there in qualifying. That is not the time he was looking for. Ben Jolly at the top of the charts. Felix Waugh going to hit the quick time in the number 91. Felix Waugh jumping up to the top of the charts. There's Nathan Brown. There's some names that I'm not used to seeing up front. Michael Swank going to be third quick. Matthew Watts out on the track. Don't count him out. He's going to be eighth. Now you can count him out. Ethan Bill out there. As it looks like Randy Johnston out on the track. Durgan's going to go quick time with a 22.045. Let's see where Ethan Bill going to put that number 14. Looks like that second lap might be the quick one. Let's see what Ethan Bill is able to do. Right? Randy Johnston going to go ninth quick. Let's see where Ethan Bill goes in that number 14 machine. He's going to go fifth quick with a 22.122. It looks like Herbert not able to get a lap in, and we are going to get into heat race number 1. 23 cars here tonight. No problem, Kenny. It would be funny. Maybe we should come up with a little logo for Slide Job Steve. I bet you Durgan would play nice and put it on his car. All right, let's get ready for heat race number 1 as they get out on the track here tonight. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the number 17 of Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Starting inside row number 2 here tonight in heat race number 1, it's going to be the number 14 of Ethan Bill. Outside of him, in the number 91, it's going to be Felix Waugh. Starting inside row number 3. In the number 3 machine, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Outside of him, in the number 5, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Right? I actually was surprised not to see you in this race, Mike. I actually said, you might make a surprise and show up tonight, but you're not out there. Starting inside row number 4 here tonight in that 07 machine, it's going to be Steven Gaines. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Kyle Lampier. Starting inside row number 5 in the number 18 machine, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Then inside row number 6 here tonight in the 611, last week's winner, it's going to be Logan Herbert. Outside of him in the 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Kyle's known as a rabbit run. I'll tell you what, guys. I don't know how this will stem up to what I've fuck no. Will we see you at Williams Grove, Mike? I know that's your jam right there. I don't know if this will ever stack up to the first season we had tire wear on the big block modifieds with with the way that one went, and it's going to be wild to. Yeah, it's different. It's different drama. Kyle Lampier, it's just a different kind of drama is what it is. It's weird. It's just weird. It's the only way I could say it. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2. They're going to get the one to go this time by. Who's it going to be here? And heat race number 1. Well, we don't have that big pre-gen like we were seeing last season. So I got a feeling it's going to be awful hard to pass Caleb Durgan. This track's going to be pretty tacky, probably pretty single file to start here tonight. As they come out of turn number 2, they are looking for the green flag this time by. Top 7 going to transfer through. Everybody else off to the consi. Keep an eye on the ticker on the left-hand side. See if your favorite driver makes it in. As they come down the back straightaway, when will Caleb Durgan fire them off as they come into turn number 3? There is a little bit of slick going into 3 there. I'm surprised. I know you like that track. Green flag is out as they come on to turn number 4. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to lead the way. Matthew Watts and Ethan Bill duking it out for the number 2 spot. It is 2 by 2 down the back straightaway. Watts going to take the number 2 spot. But here comes E-Bill with a big run into turn number 3. E-Bill going to catch a little bit of the inside wall. Slides up the track. Felix Wall going to throw the door into Matthew Watts as they come on to turn 4. Contact further back as it looked like Nathan Brown had his hands full as they head through 1 and 2. I don't know if Nathan knows what he got himself into as he is 3 wide through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway right now, he is in the bubble spot as they look for turn number 3 and 4. Stephen Gaines having a little bit of internet malfunction as they come on to turn number 4. They're making it 2 and 3 wide all the way through the field down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Felix Waugh putting big pressure on the 14 of Ethan Bill into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Big run for Felix Waugh. He's going to get up underneath Ethan Bill into turn number 1 at 3 and 4. Wow. Down through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be a drag race for that number 2 spot. No, Felix going to slide up, slams the door down the front straightaway. He's going to take the number 2 position. Matthew Watts trying to follow him through as they headed into turn number 1 and 2. Good middle of 1 and 2 for Ethan Bill. Gets loose off of turn 2. That's going to open the door for Matthew Watts. Watts going to get up underneath Randy Johnston just behind E-Bill as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go as Durgan is checking out into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Watts. Watts trying to take that number 3 spot. Ethan Bill fighting back on the outside. Watts going to take it out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway as E-Bill able to hold on. Oh, he gets up underneath Watts, almost makes contact as Watts comes down the track out of turn number 4. Can E-Bill get the run out of 4? He can't. Watts with that number 3 spot. Oh, E-Bill going to hit that bump all kinds of funny into turn number 1 and 2. That's going to allow Randy Johnston to his outside, down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. E-Bill in the number 14. Going to scrape the inside wall. That's going to give advantage to Randy Johnston as he digs through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. E-Bill going the wrong way. Now he's got Nathan Brown to his outside as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Brown to the high side. Around turn number 1 and 2. He's going to take that number 6 spot. Stephen Gaines not far back. Good run for Bill down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Gaines going to shove it in there. Up to the door. 3 wide for 5th out of turn number 4. That's going to drop E-Bill back to the number 7 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. What up? What up, Miller? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Stephen Gaines looking for that number 5 spot. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to slide up the track. Nathan Brown back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Checker flag in the air. It's going to be Durgan, Waugh, Watts, Johnston, Gaines, Brown, and Bill going to the feature here tonight. Lampier, Schaefer, Banks, Herbert, and Rockefeller are going to the LCQ. Only here to say hi to you. You're not going to say hi to me? It ain't Miller time anymore. We'll see. We'll see if it's going to be a derby. So far, so good. But, we got 50 laps in the feature here tonight. And heat race number 2 in a Conti, probably going to be pretty wild. As starting on the pole here tonight in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Outside of him in the 02, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 27 machine, it's going to be Michael Swank. Outside of him in the 100, he'll probably start the demo, it's going to be Drew Alton. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in that number 924, it's going to be Benton Jolly. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside, row number 5 in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFon. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 12, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. It's the Durgan show. That's what they say. That's what they say. That was definitely the Durgan show in heat race number 1. We ain't going to lie there. Tyler's not in this one. Tyler will be in ARCA race at about 9:30 Eastern. So about an hour and 15 minutes. All right, we are side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for that green flag this time by Brundage. Starting on the inside here on the pole. As they come out of turn number 2. You're good. You're good. This will be interesting too. But yeah, Tyler's been fun to watch, getting his first win last week at Weedsport in the ARCA cars, as we are looking for the green flag into turn number 3 of 4. When will Brundage fire him off? He is waiting. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. What's up, Moody? Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Brundage shipping it in. It looks like Ward able to break his way free as Goffmanis and Langley try to duke it out for a second. They're going to get single file down the back straightaway. Swank going to slide up. They're going to get single file all the way through the field here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Damian Ward looking for that number 1 spot out of turn number 4. Can't get up underneath it. Down the front straightaway. We'll be there. I know you'll be there, Tyler. As they head through turn number 1 and 2. Battle for that lead might be heating up here as they come out of turn number 2. Swank sitting in that number 5 spot. He's got Roundtree all over the back of him as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead. Will Damian Ward be able to find a way up underneath? Definitely more passing and heat race number 1 than I thought. Just not for the lead as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward. He's got that bottom side. Bottom side out of turn number 2. Man might not be there anymore. They were driving out of turn number 2 on the bottom side. Looks like it might be going away as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps complete. Damian Ward trying to find a place to get around that 916. He's going to roll the bottom of turn number 1 and 2 real low this time. Let's see if he can get the run off of turn number 2. Shoots down the back straightaway, hits those bumps. Nick Brundage going to pull away as they head into turn number 3 and 4. So not a lot going on there. We got a battle for the number 5 spot as Ben Jolly trying to put the pressure on the 27 of Michael Swank. Right now, Roundtree in that final transfer spot as LaFon finds himself in the mix for that number 2 spot in the LCQ. He's going to thread the needle out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes LaFon. LaFon going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4 up the track. Here comes Schultz down low out of turn 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. I'm keeping an eye on that battle up ahead of these guys. We're going to move up there as we got a battle for the number 6 spot as Roundtree putting the pressure on the 924. 924 going to ship it in up underneath. Swank can't get it to stick. He's going to drive out of turn number 4 as the top 4 stays single file just ahead. I'll tell you what, the battle for 8th is absolutely insane as here comes LaFon down low. Alton's going to take it 3 wide in turn number 2. Alton's going to have to pull out of that one as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Here comes Drew Alton down low. LaFon up high. Almost contact. LaFon jumped up the track. Drag race out of turn number 4. Right now it is Schultz in that number 8 spot as the pressure for the number 6 position definitely starting to heat up as Alton gets the bump. Almost slides into LaFon. He's got to back out. Here comes Brian Hodge in the number 14. Contact for that number 10 spot. Here comes Drew Alton. He shifts it into turn number 3 and 4. Almost into LaFon again. Man, he is shoving it in there deep as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, it is going to be checkered flag. Brundage with the win. Ward, Goffmanis, Langley, Swank, Jolly, and Roundtree, your top 7. They're going to the feature. Everybody else in this one, the LCQ. Man, I got so into that race, I forgot to keep track of the laps. All right, they're going to line them up here for the LCQ. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 23, it's going to be Kyle Lanphier. Outside of him in the number, I don't remember what number he is. What number? Oh, I don't know. Outside of him, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFon. Starting inside row number 3 in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him in the 100, it's going to be Drew Alton. Last week's winner is going to be starting way back in the pack here tonight out of a transfer spot. It's going to be the 611, Logan Herbert, starting inside row number 4. Outside of him in the 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Then running shotgun on the field in that number 18 machine, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller, the number 12. I knew that was a number. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. Jacob Schultz in the number 12. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 as these guys going to lead them to the green flag. This could be really good or really bad. It's going to go one way or the other. I promise you that, folks. As they head down the back straightaway, we're going to get 1 to go when they cross the line this time by 10 laps. 4 drivers transfer on. And hopefully we make the super race here tonight. This one might run a little bit over. They're running a Huset for the super race here tonight. Should be a good one. Should be a good one as they get the 1 to go. Make sure you wave it to your favorite as they come down the front straightaway. This might be the last time you see him here tonight. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, top 4 transfer. Everybody else is going home. So weird to see Herbert so far back in the pack. Will he make it into a transfer spot here tonight? Who will be our B-main warrior down the back straightaway? Lanphier leads the field. When will he fire off? We're going to find out here soon as they head into turn number 3. 10 laps for transfer. 4 cars transfer. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Lanphier on the gas. Good start by Jacob Schultz as they come down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like top 4 going to try to go single file. They're going to take LaFon 3 wide into turn number 1 and 2. Herbert trying to make ground up already up to the number 6 spot. Down the back straightaway. Looking for more. He's going to shove it into turn number 3 and 4. Down on the bottom. Up underneath Banks as they head through 3 and 4. He's looking for that number 4 spot. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Down into 1 and 2. They're going to take it 3 wide with Schaefer. Schaefer going to be able to pull out of that one. A little bit of contact for Herbert. He's going to lose ground. Banks going to get him on the outside. He's going to dig back down low. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is big blocks. Yes. As they head into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Who's going to have that transfer spot this time by? I think it was LaFon. At the line as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Jacob Schultz putting big pressure on Lanphier up at the front, but we're going to keep an eye on this transfer battle. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Herbert. He slides up the track. LaFon's going to fall out of a transfer spot as we get 3 laps complete. 3 laps complete. Logan Herbert has raced his way up into a transfer spot. Schultz into the wall. I don't know if there was contact between him and Lampier. Big contact for Schultz. That allows Schaefer to get up underneath into turn number 3. You can't say. Yeah, I'm so lost since I lost my VR on dirt, so I got to get a VR again. Down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Herbert to the outside. He's going to dig around into turn number 1 and 2, looking for third. He's going to grab it down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Herbert going to run the cushion up on the high side. Oh, contact LaFont. Hard into the wall in the 144. Oh, LaFont is not happy right now, but we got a battle for the lead. Here comes Schultz to the outside, down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3. Jacob Schultz going to jump up to the cushion, but so does Lampier. He puts the block. Schultz looking down low, out of turn 4. Can't do anything with it. 4 laps to go. And the demo derby starts. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Lampier trying to block Schultz. Schultz going to get up underneath them. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3. Moves back up to the top of the track. He's going to push Lampier up the track into 3 and 4. Here comes Herbert. That's a 3-car battle out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. 3 cars looking for the win. Oh, Schultz gets the bump. Almost slides into Lampier. Lampier going to keep the lead out of turn number 2. Big run for Herbert down the back straightaway. He's going to look for second into turn number 3 and 4. Digs down low. Schultz up high out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. It's going to be 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go. Schaefer holding on to that final transfer spot, but Drew Alton is coming as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Herbert with a big run, nose to tail, into turn number 3. Herbert's going to dig up underneath Schultz. Schultz goes to the high side. Oh, Lampier tries to dig high out of turn number 4. Contact. White flag is out. Here comes Logan Herbert. Herbert going to dive up underneath into turn number 1 and 2. Tries to get the lead away from Lampier. Can he get the drive off of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway. Looking for the checkered flag. This time by Herbert down low. Lampier still holding on through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Herbert out of turn number 4 to the line. It's going to be Lampier holding on. Herbert, Schultz, and Schaefer going to the feature. Alton, Rockefeller, Banks, Hodge, and LaFont are going home. Holy cow, what a wild one here tonight. What a wild one here tonight for the LCQ. You trying to get that hustle on for the expensive stuff, Braden? All right, let's get ready for tonight's feature. Big blocks. Yes, it is big blocks. I'll tell you what, that was pretty good. Starting on the pole. Oh, hold on. Let me get a little bit of hype up with this one. Let's get some hype. Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 17, needs little to no introduction. It's going to be Caleb Durgan. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Real life super dirt car, big block modified and 358 driver. It is going to be the number 91 of Felix Wass, starting inside row number 2. Outside of him in the number 32, it's going to be Damian Ward. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Matthew Watts. Outside of him in the 02, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Randy Johnston. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Aaron Langley. Did we lose somebody? Starting inside row number 5 in the 07 machine, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside row number 6, I believe he is in the number 3 machine. Nope. Nathan Brown, where is he? Where is he? Yeah, in the number 3 machine, it's going to be Nathan Brown. Outside of him, in the 924, it's going to be Ben Jolly. Starting inside, row number 7 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Ethan Bill. Outside of him in the number 2, it's going to be Kieran Roundtree. Starting inside, row number 8 here tonight in the number 23 machine, it's going to be Kyle Lamphere. Outside of him in the 611, it's going to be Logan Herbert. Starting inside, row number 9 in the number 12 machine, it's going to be Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. 50 laps here tonight. One winner. Will Caleb Durgan be able to hold on as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Oh no, he said game. He said game. Everybody's going to get triggered. Not really. Looking for the green flag. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag's out as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan's going to lead the way. Brundage right behind a big stack up. They're going to keep it straight through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward with a big run on the outside. Felix Waugh going to get shuffled back as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the 0-2 of Goff Manis as they're 3 wide for the number 3 spot out of turn number 4. Lap number 1 in the books as Durgan leads the way down into 1 and 2. Big contact as Watts gives the door to Goff Manis. Goff Manis up the track. Damian Ward going to take advantage. He's going to jump into the number 3 spot. Here comes Ward looking for more. He's going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Up underneath Brundage. Side by side out of turn number 4. Big stack up further back in the pack. We're going to stay on this battle down into turn number 1 and 2. Ward going to catch the bump, almost slides up into Brundage as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to try to play a little defense, pinching down Damian Ward just a tick out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan leads the way. Here comes Felix Waugh back to the bottom side, trying to gain some spots back as they come out of turn number 4. Woo! He just jumped that bump into 1 and 2. That's going to allow advantage to Matthew Watts as he digs out of turn number 2. Now Randy Johnston to the outside of Felix Waugh. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It looks like Ward going to the bottom side, looking for that number 2 spot, trying to find the fastest lane as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward down low. Can he get the run out of turn number 2? Down the back straightaway, Brundage with a big run out of turn number 2. Now, one thing you got to know about these big tracks, tire wear does become an issue more so than they do on the small tracks. Look to see what happens. We're going to find out real quickly who is running their cars too hard if they start to fade back, especially after the halfway point as Damian Ward digs the bottom out of turn number 2, building big pressure on Brundage. That is one of the disadvantages of running that high side. They have to dig a little bit harder, a little bit more RPMs. Definitely wears the tires as Brundage going to keep the number 2 spot that time by. Here comes Ward down into 1 and 2. Ward going to dig up underneath Brundage. Brundage going to have a good run out of turn number 2, but here comes Ward with the run off the bottom side, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Goff Manis all over the back of them as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see what Ward can do out of turn number 4. Looks like the bottom side of turn number 3 and 4 definitely looking better than the bottom of 1 and 2. Damian Ward trying to find some speed down there as here comes Randy Johnston. Goff Manis going to have a big run out of 2. Now Ward has to deal with him as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Battle going to be for that number 3 spot. Johnston going to jump up to the high side as they are battling hard behind these guys. Let's go check on E-Bill. E-Bill is deep in the field. Let's see if that number 14 can make his way up through as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Back up to this battle for the number 3 spot as Goff Manis to the outside of Damian Ward down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Randy Johnston just being patient as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be 9 laps complete. So far, so good, keeping it lean and green as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, going to be Durgan leading the way. He's only 4/10 of a second out in front of the field. He might be pacing himself a little bit. Save those tires. If you get a restart, you got to think about that. Sometimes it's pretty smart to back yourself up to the field if you know you can pull away if you have to. Here comes Goff Manis. Goff Manis going to slide. He gets into Brundage. Brundage going to cut back up underneath out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Here comes Ward. 3 wide, looking for turn number 3. Oh, Brundage slides up the track. Goffmanis going to go through the middle, threads the needle as Ward is on the bottom. Goffmanis can't get back up underneath. Here comes Randy Johnson. He's up in the mix as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Damian Ward all over the back of the 916 as they come out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Great race here for second on back. This is exactly what Durgan needs. He's being nice and easy on the tires as these guys duke it out. He's keeping them close enough just to watch them in the mirror, I'm pretty sure right now. Down the front straightaway to turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Nick Brundage leading the way. Damian Ward in second. Goffmanis here on fourth as Randy Johnson in that number 5 spot. Good battle. How about this? Logan Herbert up 8 spots. He's up to the number 8 position. He's slowly moving his way forward. Well, quickly moving his way forward. Could he be a contender by the end of this one? He's probably going to need a caution flag or 2 to help him out here tonight, but he is making his way forward as it looks like Matthew Watts might be gaining ground on the top 5. Back up to the front. Brundage starting to pull away from Damian Ward just a tick as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ward. Ward going to shove it into turn number 3 and 4. Lets Brundage know he's still there as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward and Goffmanis all over the back of Brundage through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Totally different lines going on here. You can see Brundage getting the good run off of the turns, but Damian Ward really closing through the middle as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. 15 laps in the books. We got 35 laps to go. Damian Ward trying to get down low up underneath Brundage. Still a long ways to go here tonight as these guys try to figure things out. Looks like this group of 3 have gone single file and they have caught this front pack. Yeah, they are pretty good. They are pretty good when they're not yelling and screaming and wrecking each other. They're actually all pretty phenomenal. What's up, Bert? How you doing, buddy? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Felix Waugh looking back up underneath the 11 of Matthew Watts. And I'll tell you what, looks like Randy Johnson starting to get that bottom side to dig again. He's up underneath Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Almost makes contact. Oh no, Ryan is into the wall. He's going to lose that spot. Maybe more as they come out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's got company now as he's got Matthew Watts all over the back of him as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. Here comes Felix Waugh. They touch down the front straightaway. Felix and Watts touch a little bit. Watts going to be the biggest loser in that one as he is going to fall all the way back to that number 8 spot as Herbert takes advantage down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Down into 3 and 4. Herbert going to slide up the track as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. So far, these guys doing a great job as here comes Felix Waugh up underneath Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Herbert's in the wall. Herbert gets on the wall. He's going to lose 2 spots down the back straightaway. Herbert gets the wall, loses a couple spots there. He's going to have to regroup as it looks like second and third might be closing the gap on the 17 of Durgan as they head into 1 and 2. What's up, Quinn? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be Durgan leading the way. Nick Brundage in second. Here comes Ward looking for that number 2 spot into turn number 3 and 4. Ward going to try to find his way around the 916 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Johnson. He's got backup coming. Oh, Brundage in the wall. Brundage in the wall in 1 and 2. He's going to lose a couple spots. Damian Ward gets around him. Randy Johnson follows him through as Schaefer has issues at the back. Car facing the wrong way. Will that be a caution? As he is definitely facing the wrong way as they come down the front straightaway. These guys might have to give up these spots as they head into 1 and 2. Yellow flag is out. Oh, wow. So let's go take a look and see what happened to Matt Schaefer here as he goes around in that number 83. Oh, the 3 of Nathan Brown comes down, gets the front end of Schaefer. Schaefer goes around and waits on that caution as we get the first caution flag here of the night. We are 22 laps into this one. I'll tell you what, this has been a barn burner here tonight. This is a good one. So, back when they, and I don't think we'll see that here tonight, but back when they first introduced tire wear, we had one hell of a race here. The car that started last on the field, able to save tire, Curtis Griffin, making the biggest upset I think I've ever seen in the big block modifieds, winning a very high SOF for the time, upsetting the field, taking the win. I don't think we'll see that here tonight, but that would be awfully wild if we could see some racing like that. So far, it has been pretty good racing. Will they continue that trend? It is going to be Caleb Durgan and Damian Ward starting the field on the front row on the restart when they get that one to go. A little bit of a breather here. Some of our bigger losers right now. Nathan Brown all the way back to the number 15 spot. He's back 4 spots. Langley struggling a little bit here. He's back 4 positions. Our biggest gainer is going to be Logan Herbert in the 611. He was up more, but now he's back to the number 9 position. Ben Jolly's up 4 spots, and so is Randy Johnston in the number 5. Randy up there at the front looking to duke it out with those leaders. LaFon says, let's go. Come on, D. Ward. Ward is definitely there. Don't count out Randy either. Randy's up in the mix in the number 5. Brundage has been fast here all night. Felix Waugh just back there. Goffmanis, never can count him out. I'm really curious. Stephen Gaines hasn't lost. He's kind of stayed right where he's been the whole race. Only one other than Durgan. Look for him maybe to pull something out of his hat late in this one. We'll see what happens. What's up, Riley? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. When will Durgan fire him off? With 23 laps complete, when they take the green flag is out. We're going to have 27 laps to go. 27 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. No, Ward's around. Oh, big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Big wreck into turn number 1 and 2. Not sure if that was, let's see what happens here. Yeah, he gets in the back of Durgan, and he just had a good run. Durgan chopped down the corner a little bit and got the big run, got into the back of Durgan, goes around. Johnston nowhere to go. And, wow, we got a pile up in turn number 1 and 2. It looked like, it kind of looks like a RJM pit party right there. As we got a lot of RJM cars caught up in that one. Looks like Randy Johnston's down on pit road. Stephen Gaines on pit road. Aaron Langley on pit road. Matt Schaefer on pit road. Lots of cars with damage. Looks like the 3 of Nathan Brown coming down on pit road. Definitely. Rookie mistake. We like to call it Riley mistakes, not rookie mistakes. Just picking on you, Riley. All right, so Durgan leads the way. Nick Brundage in second. Going to be Goffmanis in third. Felix Waugh in that number 4 spot. I'll tell you what, Matthew Watts is showing some speed here tonight. Do not count up the number 11. He used to be pretty good in these big block modifieds. We don't see him as much as we used to, but he is looking fast here tonight in that number 11. They're going to get that one to go as they head into turn at number 1 and 2. We got 4 cars down on pit road. Look for them to pull off here. Nathan's going to be the first one to jump off out on the track. They get a little bit of time. Big track. Oh, I make all kinds of mistakes on the road. Yes, it is the real Felix Waugh. Yes. And for a field halfway, that'd be hilarious. Yeah, Felix is having a good run. It is the real Felix Waugh, though, Gab. We are looking for that green flag as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan and Brundage on that front row looking for the green. Out of turn 4, green flag is out. I just see a good goosebound down into turn. Oh, we got contact. Durgan goes around. Durgan around. Oh, no. Oh, no. Let's take a look at this one. I'll tell you what. I don't. That's just a funnel. A lot of people pulling that on Ryan. Ryan's up underneath there. He is there. Brundage is coming down. There's nowhere else for Ryan to go. He's heading for the grass, and Durgan. That's racing right there. That is racing right there as Durgan's going to get turned around and gets collected by the whole. Oh, Bill's hard in the wall. Nowhere for the 12 to go of Jacob Schultz. He gets big contact. Johnson gets a little bit of contact at the end of that one. That is unfortunate for Durgan as he was absolutely dominating the field here tonight. Nick Ham is not in here tonight. He was scared. I don't know. It looked like racing to me. I don't know. I don't think there's anything that Ryan can do when him and Brundage make contact right here. He can't get it in sideways. They lock back tires there. There is nothing. And Brundage squeezed him down. I mean, look, that's hard racing. But Ryan was there. You missed this? You haven't missed the ARCA yet. What the fuck is that VRS thing up there for? What the fuck did I hit? All right, let's fix this. All right, there we go. No, neither one of them. Brundage and Ryan both shoved it down in there, and I think Durgan got a little too much grass. Green flag. Oh, we got more contact out of 4. Big pile up down the front straightaway. Oh my God, death down the front straightaway. The whole field just wrecked. I don't know if anybody got out of that without contact. I don't know if anybody got out of that one without. Oh, Brundage. Looks like Felix might have got the inside wall. Looks like Felix. Oh no. Oh, okay. So looks like Ryan is coming down. So what's happening is Herbert's trying to thread the needle here. Ryan's coming down. Felix has nowhere to go. Is going to get pushed down into that inside wall, and yep. They are going to pile in now. Oh, Watts right into the back of Felix. Oh, nowhere for Ethan Bill to go. Nowhere for Swank to go. Nowhere for any of these guys to go. We're going to have a big roadblock down the front straightaway. Wow. Ryan was asleep a little bit on the start, and Herbert tried to take advantage, and they just ran out of room. Oh, my God. Wow. Durgan just came in there. All right, we got to go on Durgan's. We got to go on Durgan's view. Where is... I think Caleb might have called it a night. Yeah, they just ran out of room there, and some of them running out of talent as we get the big one here down the front straightaway. It's usually not this bad every week. Last week was not bad. I mean, there was a little bit of complaining, but last week was phenomenal. I do think Durgan is gone. Yes, he's left. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Brundage now with the advantage out front, leading the way. E-Bill with a beat up number 14, sitting in the number 2 spot as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Felix Waugh pulls back out on the track. Felix going to be 1 lap down as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Battle's going to be for second as Brundage leads the way as they head through turn number 1, 3, and 4. Oh, I'm sure there'll be some. Oh my God, that is wild. That's wild, Reed. Yeah, a bunch of loft, Moody says. As Ethan Bill going to jump up to the outside as Ben Jolly is racing for that number 2 spot. Here comes Swank in the number 27. He's back in 4th. Herbert down low makes contact with Swank as they head through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway looking for turn at number 1 and 2. We'll jump back up to the spotter stand because that works better. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, it looks like Herbert looking to the bottom side as they get 3 wide into turn number 3 up underneath Ben Jolly. Jolly going to go up to the high side, hit that cushion as Herbert going to slide into 3rd in front of E-Bill down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Going to be 20 laps to go when they hit the green flag. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, here comes Herbert down low through turn number 3 and 4. Coming to the line, 20 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. You got to wonder, I wonder how many people got black flags. Jacob Schultz and Schaefer both have black flags from that big wreck. Miller likes wreck junk and shit, right? Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. I can't wait to see what slide job Steve has to say about this one. As they come through turn number 3 and 4, Brundage leads the way. Here comes Herbert. He started almost shotgun on the field in that 611. He's up to the number 2 spot as they look for turn number 1 and 2. Gray battling here for 3rd on back as Ethan Bill trying to dig that bottom side. I know he took a lot of damage. I know he took a big hit to that right front. That thing could not be right as they come through turn number 3 and 4. We never noticed. The chat over on Facebook is definitely getting wild as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Stephen Gaines in the 07. Stephen Gaines down up underneath Ethan Bill as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. But looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Nick Brundage leading the way. Logan Herbert in 2nd. Ben Jolly 3rd. Michael Swank, Ethan Bill. Here comes Stephen Gaines. That's your top 6. Stephen Gaines looking for that number 5 spot. Digging up underneath E-Bill out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. I'm reading the chat. The chat is definitely wild right now. As here comes Bill trying to rip that high side. Can't quite get it. I don't think that thing's handling like he wants, but he gets a big run out of turn number 2. Maybe the cut down is what it is. Did he just figure out something? As they head through turn number 3 and 4, he's going to dig up underneath the 07 of Stephen Gaines as Swank digs the bottom out of turn number 2. Oh, battle for the lead is definitely picking up. Here comes Herbert up underneath the 916 out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Nick Brundage leading the way. Herbert all over the back of him into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 36 laps complete. We got 14 laps to go. I am missing the super race for this, guys. You better hurry up. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Herbert leading Brundage leading the way. Herbert in 2nd. Ben Jolly in that number 3 spot. Swank all over him trying to get up to 3rd. down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Someone cut the wires to the backup beeper on Ethan. Odds these two wreck? I don't know. It could get interesting. Herbert's going to try the high side. That cut down is definitely fast. He's got a big run down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. They're going to slide their way into 3 and 4. Brundage with the lead. Here comes Herbert digging the bottom side out of 4. He's going to get his nose up underneath there, but can't get the drive off. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Herbert's going to catch the bump. Almost slides up into Brundage. Brundage going to hold strong just ahead of him. Pinches him down the back straightaway. Herbert's going to lose ground looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Brundage continues to lead. Herbert on the back of him out of turn number 4. Battle for third is definitely picking up too as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes Herbert back up underneath into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to use the inside wall as a little block there as they come down the back straightaway. Herbert going to lose some ground. He's going to pull back in on the back bumper into turn number 3 and 4. Can he get up underneath? Almost makes contact as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 10 laps to go. Brundage using everything he's got in that 916 trying to hold on. Been out of contact between Brundage and Herbert. Herbert almost goes around. Herbert tried to stick it up underneath, got the grass a little bit there, almost goes around in turn number 1 and 2, able to hold on to it. He's going to try to pull back in as Ben Jolly sits in that number 3 spot. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Brundage leading the way, continuing ahead of Herbert. Herbert, let's jump out on Herbert as he tries to close in on the 916 into turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if he gets the nose up underneath. No, Brundage going to block the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. Herbert looking to the outside as they head for 1 and 2. Both of them going to smack the wall down the front straightaway. Herbert's going to get it up underneath Brundage. They touch door bars into 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3 and 4. Herbert's got the inside. Brundage going to try to pinch him down through turn number 3 and 4. Maybe a little bit of contact out of turn 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. It's going to be 7 laps to go. Brundage at the line. Oh, no, he knocked the left front out. He knocked the left front off. Herbert stepped on it, got the left front, knocked it off as Brundage is going to drive off into the sunset in that 916 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, no, that is no good for Herbert. Can he hold on to second with 3 wheels? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage feeling a lot less pressure. Herbert into the wall, did not turn. Ben Jolly going to slide into that number 2 spot. Here comes Swank. Swank looking for third and an interview as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Brundage leads the way out of turn number 4. It is going to be 5 laps to go. Down into turn, I can't believe he got that inside wall at the end of pit road and tore the left front off. Down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Brundage leading the way as he is going to get 3 laps to go as they come across, or 4 laps to go as they come across the line. I'm going to end up missing this super race because of this. We will catch at least the feature of the super race, guys. We will jump over there after this one as Brundage rolls it through turn number 3 and 4. Battle's going to be for second. Swank. Oh, we got one around. Caution flag comes out. That is D. Ward in the 32. We are going to get one more restart here tonight. What happened? Oh, it's, man, his car just is not going the right direction anymore. He just goes around in turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Lamphere going to get into him. And the caution flag comes out. That is not what Nick Brundage wanted to see here tonight. Holy shit, that was wild. Let's see if we can watch that one again where Herbert knocks the left front off of that thing. Is this where he does it? He's just going to grab. Oh my God. Oh, yep. He just stepped on the winky. He's just going to grab that inside wall. Oof. That is unfortunate for Herbert as he makes a big mistake here. Brundage leads the way. Ben Jolly in second. Swank. And Stephen Gaines is up there in the number 4 spot. Ethan Bill in 5th. I know it's not showing right up on the ticker. It will fix itself. There ain't no telling what's going to happen here. We're about to find out. And I don't know anything about Ben, so we'll see how interesting this might get. Go ahead and withdraw from this one so I can get ready for the next one. Oh, Huset is going to be rough, I think. As we are going to get that green flag, it is going to be a 3-lap shootout here. Brundage leads the way. Ben Jolly, and that is crazy. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Nick Brundage down into 1 and 2. Ben Jolly in that number 2 spot. Contact for Gaines. Gaines up the track. He's got a pair of 14s behind him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Can Jolly into the back of Brundage into turn number 3. 2 to go when they get the line this time by 2 laps to go. Down the front straightaway, looking for turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Swank in the 27. Stephen Gaines to the outside. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Ben Jolly absolutely sent it into turn number 3 and 4 last time, but I think he's too far back to. Oh, he's going to send it in again, almost to the back bumper of Brundage. Is he trying to wreck him? Out of turn number 4, white flag is out. Brundage, 1 more lap to go. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Ben Jolly going to catch the bump. He's going to get a little bit loose. He's going to have Swank all over the back of him. Here comes Gaines to the outside. Swank's going to lose a bunch of spots. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Brundage leads the way through turn number 3 and 4. Jolly up the track. Gaines down low. Down the front straightaway. Brundage takes the win. Jolly second. Gaines, Swank, Langley, your top 5. He gave him the bumper. He gave him the fucking bumper. I think he was trying to take him out. All right, we're going to go through these results. These guys might jump in. We're going to jump over to the supers. Well, Brundage might jump in. I don't know if Gaines will. It's going to be Nick Brundage with the win. Ben Jolly in second. Stephen Gaines in third. Swank going to get that number 4 spot. Aaron Langley in 5th. E. Bill in the number 6 spot. Great run for Swank. Randy Johnson 7th. Watts in 8th. Going to be Nathan Brown in that number 9 spot. Kyle Lamphere in 10th. Felix Waugh in 11th. D. Ward in the number 12 position. Logan Herbert 13th. Schaefer 14th. Goff Manis in 15th. Schultz in 16th. Roundtree 17th. And Durgan in that number 18 spot. That was just wild. That was a wild one. All right, I'm going to see if these guys jump in here, but we are going to jump over to this so I can get into the next race real quick. And we will pick it up and see if anybody is in here as that is loading up. Hopefully they're not into the feature yet. And we are going to pull in Brundage. Holy shit, Brundage. That was a wild one tonight.
Yeah, I mean, that was, I can't even believe it. It was just a demo derby.
You know,
it's killed from Damian and Randy and Caleb getting into each other, and then I guess everybody else in the field was too, and then Herbert came out and just tried to pull.
Yeah, we ended up with a big one down the front straightaway. That was really rough, but, you know, it was a good race at the beginning, though. You were battling for second. Durgan was leading, and just good, solid racing up at the front. got about halfway, and it got a little chaotic after that caution. Man, Ben Jolly, I don't even know who that is, but man, I thought he was going to kill you.
Yeah, sort of used to that running these officials during the week with those guys, but yeah, I'm just glad he didn't.
Well, good run here tonight. You kept it pretty solid. I know you and Ryan got together a little bit going into turn one. It just kind of looked like the funnel closed up on you guys, and that's when Durgan went around. But good run for you overall. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, and sponsors?
For the sets and everybody that didn't try to wreck me tonight.
Good run. Good to see you in victory lane and able to survive that chaos tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, Nick Brundage with the win here tonight. He had to survive. We are in the LCQ for the Supers. White flag is out. Looks like Braswell, Thompson, Rumsey, and Selby looking to race their way in.
Get a stretcher in turn 1 and 2.
Apparently, there's a wreck in turn number 1 and 2. As that is going to be the end of the LCQ. Officials are toxic. You are not wrong. And for those of you looking forward to the ARCA race, which I know Remington is, that session will be going up here in about 8 minutes. So make sure you guys get ready for that. First 24 get the race at Knoxville here tonight. Is it sore? Nick D's in the victory lane. Is it sore? All right, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup for the super late models. Yes, we missed a lot. We're going to go through the results real quick. We'll take a look and see. I think a lot of the regulars did not show up to this one. This track has got to be tight for these things. But starting on the pole here tonight. Let me go fix that. That is going to drive me nuts. All right, starting on the pole here tonight. I need to turn the car sounds up. It is going to be Braden Donaldson. Outside of him, it's going to be Breely Putnam. Starting inside of road number 2, it's going to be Brandon Schatz. Outside of him, it's going to be Kane Williams. Ty Lounsbury Blake and Whitley going to start in that number 5 spot. Ty in 6. Going to be Hayden Tolson starting in 7th here tonight. Outside of him, and row number 4, it's going to be Jack Rosenbeck. I don't know who these guys are. Starting inside, row number 5, it is going to be Jesse Main. Outside of him, it's going to be Knox Lumley. Starting inside, row number 6. I don't know if I'm going to get through them all. It's going to be Ethan Stuckwich. Outside of him, it's going to be Daniel Elkins. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, it is going to be Chase Copeland, Kyle Brennan, James Braswell, Thompson, Rumsey, and Selby. Rounding out the field as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. 50 laps at Huset. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Such a narrow track for these big cars as they come out of turn number 2. They're trying to take it 3 wide. That might not work here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Donaldson leading lap number 1. Breely in 2nd. Brandon Schatz in that number 3 position. Out of turn number 2, down into turn number 3 and 4. Watching the leaders as it looks like Breely going to roll that bottom side as they are 3 wide back in the pack. I don't know how they managed that one as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is side-by-side racing almost all the way through the field from about 4th on back as it looks like Tolson's going to finally get himself single file in that number 5 spot. Here comes the 34 of Brandon up underneath Breely as they come out of turn number 4. Battle for 2nd, down into 1 and 2. Donaldson trying to drive away as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Side by side out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway, door to door for second. Donaldson pulling away 1.8 seconds out in front of this battle. But I'll tell you what, it is not all fun and games leading this one. As you know, you got lap traffic coming up quick. As the battle for second, Breeley hangs it on the high side, gets pinched in the wall. Here comes the 11 of Whitley up underneath. Down into turn number 3 and 4. We got a 4-car battle for that number 2 spot. Brandon trying to hold on. Breeley going to dig on the outside. Down the front straightaway. He's going to take it into turn number 1 and 2. He's got that top side rolling out of turn number 2 down into 3 and 4. He's running a little mid slider as they come through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to bang the wall. Tolson up underneath him. Tolson looking for third down into 1 and 2. That top side, Rumsey on the move. Rumsey is always on the move. He's up 7 spots up into the number 10 position as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Braden continues to lead as it is utter chaos behind him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. We got Tolson up on the outside looking for his way around Brandon. He's going to have the number 2 spot that time by. Tolson going to blink a little bit. Breeley not into him, not getting into him. Almost got into him as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for 11 laps complete. 11 laps complete as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Breeley up the track. He's going to lose a bunch of spots. Big contact out of turn number 2. I had to think of what turn we were in. Out of turn number 2, down the front straightaway, Ken Tolson reel in the leader. He is up 5 spots. Logan Rumsey is up 9 positions. Up ahead of him, Chase Copeland up 6. So a couple fast cars working their way through the field. We're stuck way back. Copeland and Rumsey, definitely a couple guys you expect to be up front. They have to work their way forward as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. We got a race up here between the 11 of Whitley and Ethan Stuckwich below him as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4, still side by side. Copeland starting to gain on this battle. So is Rumsey. Rumsey sideways as Breeley rolls his high side as they head through turn number 1 and 2. So much going on the track now as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Stuckwich trying to roll that bottom side. He's going to fall back into the number 5 spot. No longer up underneath Whitley. Whitley going to secure the number 4 position. They're going to get single file as they roll through turn number 3 and 4. No caution flag so far as the leader is closing in on lap traffic. This could get awfully hectic for the leader as we are only 18 laps into this one. I need to grab a drink. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, our leader all by himself. These guys getting organized. Let's see if they can reel in the leader. Right now, Donaldson still putting down the fastest laps on the track as we got Copeland looking up underneath Stuckwich down into turn number 1 and 2. Copeland digging down low. Can he find another spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4? Rumsey behind him trying to close the gap. Breeley going the wrong way in a hurry as he is now down 7 spots as Lumley goes around him, but Breeley puts him in the wall. Breeley slid up, put him in the wall. They're going to be 3 wide out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. They think better of that, get back down to 2 wide as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Donaldson continues to lead. Tolson second. Schatz in third. Whitley, Stuckwich, Copeland. Here comes Copeland down low. He's looking for that spot, number 5 spot through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, a little bit of contact down the front straightaway, down into 1 and 2. Copeland going to roll it down low, down the back straightaway. He's got to get back in line. So hard to pass. Here comes Rumsey digging down low in that number 71. You got to wonder if maybe somebody set this car up to run the bottom side, even if it might not be optimal, just knowing that everybody else was going to filter to the top. Out of turn number 4, Rumsey would be one of those ones I wouldn't be surprised if they did something like that as they head through turn number 3 and 4. We got Copeland back down to the bottom, looking up underneath Stuckwich. Our leader is coming up on lap traffic. It is about to get chaotic for the leader. Definitely a group in front of him. We'll go check on that, but let's go back to this battle for the number 5 spot as Copeland continues to work Stuckwich. Here comes Rumsey up underneath. They're almost 3 wide out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. A little bit of contact between Rumsey and Copeland. Copeland was up underneath the 35 of Stuckwich. Not a whole lot of room for him to go anywhere as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Good race here for the number 6 spot as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Slide! Wow, what a parallel parking job by Rumsey as he slides in front of Copeland. Copeland back up underneath. Leader just about in that lap traffic. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as those guys are racing hard for that position as the battle for 5th continues to raid. Rumsey going to try his luck as he looks up underneath Stuckwich. Rumsey looks like that thing is really rolling the bottom a lot better than some of the other cars. Can he get it around Stuckwich as they head into turn number 1 and 2? Let's go check on our leader as he's now back on the back bumper of Ty as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for a spot. Can he get around the lap car? Lap car definitely holding them up. He's going to move to the outside in turn number 3 and 4. Ty going to keep it down low, gives them the spot as they head into 1 and 2. Big wreck into 1 and 2. Caution flag comes out. These guys racing hard to try and stay on the lead lap are going to get together here, I think. Oh no, that was up way ahead of these guys. Oh my God. Oh, Braswell, nowhere to go. Gets hit from behind. Looks like Kane Williams might get hit from behind. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Yeah, he just gets ran over and turned around in turn number 1 and 2. That is unfortunate for him, and that is going to pop him into pit road. Wow, that broke my SDK. All right, so Braden Donaldson gonna lead the way. He's gonna get that. This might be one of those rare moments where a caution flag was not necessarily a bad thing for the leader. He was about to be in heavy lap traffic. All right, we're going to be looking for that green flag pretty quickly here, as they should get one to go this time by the ARCA. It should be up. Yeah, ARCA should be up. I'll be over there. It's a 20-minute practice, so I'll be up there. This one is only going to have 15 laps to go when they take the green flag. It is side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Donaldson and Tolson. Does Tolson have anything left? He's up 6 spots. Had to race his way hard, and don't count out Rumsey or any of those guys behind him. There's some good drivers behind these guys as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as we got a little bit of contact up at the front. Top 2 going to break away. Donaldson and Tolson get single file as these guys run each other over for 3rd on back out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Big contact, big stack up there as Rumsey slides up the track. Stuckwich into the back of him. Rumsey up to 4th. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Tolson not letting Donaldson get away as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 14 laps to go. Can Tolson do anything with the 24 of Donaldson? Stuckwich now starting to go the wrong way in a hurry as they come down the back straightaway. Gets a little door from Elkins as they head through turn number 3 and 4 down the front straightaway, side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Keeping an eye on the battles further up. Looks like Copeland has caught Rumsey. Now starting to battle him for that number 4 spot out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be 12 laps to go. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be Braden Donaldson continuing to lead the way. These guys going single file. Pace is definitely slowed down. Maybe it hasn't slowed down that much. I thought it slowed down a bunch, but only 0.2 of a second as they come out of turn number 2. Donaldson continues to lead the field down through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, pressure now on Tolson as Schatz behind him in that number 34 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. I don't know if anybody has anything for Donaldson in that number 24, but Brandon definitely looking fast in the 34, digging up underneath Tolson through turn number 3 and 4. He's got 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for second definitely starting to heat up. Rumsey and Copeland slowly creeping in on this battle as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Tolson wants the laps to calm down quick. He wants to get away from these guys. The sooner the race ends, the sooner he can breathe as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Brandon back down low out of turn number 4. Can't get the run. He's got to get back in line. Brandon's going to go up about the middle of the track as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He is rolling middle. Tolson running top and middle, or middle top, as they head through turn number 1 and 2. He's going to run slider this time in 1 and 2. I don't know if that was faster as Brandon is going to close the gap as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Lap traffic definitely playing a little bit of a role here late in this one as they have, Whitley in the middle of the leaders and first and second, and might play a factor in this battle for second. Oh, he's going to pull off. He's going to pull off down the back straightaway. Did not want to become a factor in that race as they head through turn number 3 and 4. I think he was just trying to grab one more spot and just misses it as these guys have 1.5 laps left down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for third. Here comes Rumsey down low. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Rumsey looking for a podium. Schatz trying to hold on through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway one last time. Donaldson going to take the win here tonight. Who's going to take second? It's going to be Tolson out of turn number 4. Schatz, Rumsey, and Copeland, your top 5. All right, so our results. We got 2 more races left tonight, Mason. 2 more races. Going to be Braden Donaldson with the win. Hayden Tolson in second. Brandon Schatz in that number 3 spot. Logan Rumsey in 4th. Chase Copeland going to be in 5th. Daniel Elkins in 6th. Thompson going to be in that number 7 spot. Stuckwich in 8th. Jesse Main in 9th. Going to be James Raswell finishing in 10th here tonight. Rosenbeck in 11th. Brennan in 12th. Going to be Whitley in 13th. Lumley 14th. Putnam in 15th. Williams in 16th. Lunsbury in that number 17 spot. And Selby in 18th. Yeah, Rumsey does that a lot, doesn't he? You know, it'd be a lot easier if he just started up front. Somebody should tell him that. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead. I don't know if anybody jumps in, if any of the top 3 jump in. I don't know if Tolson or any of those guys will. I will give them an interview, but we're going to go ahead and jump over into our ARCA race at Knoxville. Should be a good one. And I'm going to grab a water when we do that because I forgot to grab one. So we're going to go over here and jump into this session. Looks like we got 9 cars right now over in the ARCA at Knoxville. We'll see if we add anybody up in here. I got a feeling we got, I know a few of the cars that'll be in there. We're going to take a look real quick. All right, so Asher's in there. Brennan White, Charles Silvas, Clint Sheehan, Damian Ward, Kenny Storkson's in there, Landon Moody, Remington James, Stephen Kellogg, Tyler Autry, and Zach Lovelace all in there right now. We'll see if we pick up anybody else. But I'll tell you what, these races have been pretty phenomenal. Hopefully we get another good one here tonight. I didn't realize Stephen Kellogg is a rookie on dirt. This one is hosted. Yes. Just look up ARCA Dirt. And then the last one will be the top split opener for the UMP modifieds at Knoxville also. All right, let's go ahead and see who's out on the track. All right, I'm going to leave you on this. I got to go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
Feel the thunder roll, the clay's flying, engines roaring full. Side by side, leading into the fight, chasing that checkered flag at night. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust, ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Finish still, we're tough as nails, one lap closer, breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. Blood in the gears, fuel in the veins, working all week just to feel this strain. On the edge, we don't play it safe. Running that wall, we're hitting the brakes. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Finish still, we're tough as nails, one lap closer. Breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. In the pits, we're family, bound by grease and grit. Building dreams from the crowd, there's no quit. We live for the thrill, speed's our desire. When we hit the track, we're playing with fire. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Finish still, we're tough as nails, one lap closer. Breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back. This is our anthem, this is our creed. Dirt track living is all we need. Giving it all.
What up? I am back. I'm back. As these guys are rolling around the track. Anybody new? Looks like we got 12 cars out there. Maybe 13 as these guys continue to jump in. Landon Moody, at the top of the charts. Let's see who all we got. Michael Swank makes an appearance. Cody Nevin. What's up, buddy? What's up, Nevin? In the 11. Cody Nevin in his own practice? Maybe not. Who else is in his? Oops. Nevin, do you feel all alone? It's all right. You got company coming. All right, guys. These guys out on the track. Let's go take a look at this practice. We got about 6 more minutes left in practice here at Knoxville as these guys are going to work it in a little bit. Tyler Autry coming off a big win last week. This week he's going to be in the number 14 machine as he's got Asher behind him. Those two blinking together could be awfully interesting tonight. Got one car rolling down on the bottom. Oops, I just jumped over into the other one. Let's see who else is out on the track over here in the first one. Landon Moody is out on the track in the number 84. Remington James out there in the number 36. Had a great run at Weedsport. Tyler Autry, we are back in Lovelace. I'll tell you what, Lovelace might surprise us. He's got a little bit of work to do. Knoxville is not going to be the easiest track. It's a fast track, and that throttle control is going to be so fine here tonight in that 00. Swank out there. You got to remember these guys. Some of these guys came in a little bit late, so Their lap times are going to be a little bit down. You got to be very careful with the throttle. Baby, that throttle here tonight, you want to give it so much, but you got to be easy on the throttle. That swink's going to crash into the inside wall. Clint Sheehan out there in the number 69, currently 13th quick on the charts. Tyler Ducharme going to make an appearance here tonight. He's going to jump out there in the number 25 machine. So definitely get some more names up in here. Who else is coming in? Oh, there is Fields. We knew he was going to show up. So this is going to put us up around 16 cars here tonight at Knoxville. Just taking a look at these lap times. Just kind of seeing where people are at. They're kind of all over the place right now. Looks like Landon Moody is the fastest car on the track still when he's out there. Clint's got some damage on the nose of that number 69. You know, I'll tell you what, he still doesn't have the speed, but he's definitely starting to get a little bit more, as I say that, more consistency down as he jumps the berm. Wreck him, Asher, wreck him. All right, we got 3 minutes before we get into tonight's qualifying. It's going to be 2 heat races, 1 Conti. It will not run the Conti, though. Yeah, it's definitely a different track. It's definitely a different kind of track. I appreciate you coming out. For sure, Lovelace. And I think you're having fun with some of the dirt. This car is definitely fun. I will say that. This car has been a lot of fun. Tyler Ducharme is out there getting his first lap in the number 24. Look for him to pick this one up pretty quickly and find a little bit of speed. There's a couple savvy vets on the same session. Got Tyler Harrison coming out on the track. Looks like we are up to 16 cars, 17 cars when the 007 gets in here. So 2 more cars, we're gonna have an LCQ. You just found out my local track's about to get sold and probably torn down. That is unfortunate. That sucks. Oh my God. Oh my God, that was wild. Got a little mini race going on now. Nevin's got more experience in these cars on dirt, so this is going to be interesting. Ducharme definitely likes this track. He's just got to leave that berm alone. So we were at 7. Oh my God. Oh. Man, session 2 is fucking fire right now. Yeah, Lovelace is in here. He can tell you more about it. It's his team's league. All right, so these guys out on the track talking about our future Gen 4 series. We're going to be running on Tuesday nights, ran by Texas Speed. You guys don't want to miss that one. That'll be Tuesday nights in the Gen 4. Jacob Fields out on the track a little bit late in the 007. We'll see what he's able to do. Do we have anybody else coming in? All right, we are rolling in. We got to just about go to practice here. All right, guys, 3 laps for qualifying, by the way. 3 laps. Me, says Sleepy. What's up, Sleepy? What's up, buddy? All right, so that is going to be the end of practice. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. All right, as it stands right now, it looks like we are not going to have a consi unless we get 2 people to jump in right now. You guys know, biggest thing is the chat. I'll let iRacing do most of the other stuff. I'm trying not to give EOLs and stuff in this. We're just trying to have some fun. Unless it's awful blatant. And all starts will be on leader. All starts on leader. And have some fucking fun. All right, these guys going to pull out on the track. Landon Moody jumping out on the track right now in the number 84. He's been fast in that number 84. He's looking to take a win. He's gotten 2 out of 3. He's looking to make it 3 out of 4 here tonight. But there's a couple drivers definitely looking to upset him here. That is a real possibility as Landon Moody starts lap number 1. Let's see where he's able to put that number 84 machine. Remember, 5 bonus points for the quick time. Kenny going to go quick time right now with a 20.488 as Moody comes across the line. Quick time with a 20.458. Landon Moody out there with the quick time. Cody Nevin out there in the number 11. Remember, they do get 3 laps here tonight. They could pick up the pace, or they could reset and run the 3rd lap as its own. Oh, looks like we are going to run a consi here tonight. Looks like we are going to get a consi. As they come out of turn number 4, going to be Landon Moody out front right now. Can Cody Nevin take it from him? Cody Nevin is going to be 5th quick with a 20.651. How about Kenny up there in the number 2 spot right now? Asher's still out there putting on a lap. Let's see what Asher is able to do. Tyler Ducharme, 9th quick. He's got no practice, so we're going to see what happens. Remington James out on the track. Swank's going to be 12th quick. Jacob Fields jumps up to 5th quick in the 007. These guys do not want to see Moody get any more bonus points than he's already gotten here. And so a couple of these guys will be looking to put some quick times down. Let's see what Remington James is able to do as he comes out of turn number 4, comes across the line. He's going to go 2nd quick with a 20.484. He's going to try to pick up the pace a little bit here on the lap number 2. Let's see if he's able to put down a heater. Will he bail out of it? He comes out of turn number 4 to the line. Cody jumps up a spot. He's going to be a little bit slower that lap. Oh, I always wonder why these guys don't reset, but because you know those cool tires on dirt make a huge difference as Remington's going to come across and complete lap number 3, and that is going to be qualifying. All right, it does look like we're going to get a consi, but everybody's going to make it because I do believe one person has left. So one of these people have left. As we jump out on the track for heat race number 1. No cautions in the heat races. Landon, thank you for the heart. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, good lap, Kenny. Good lap. Let's get ready for heat race number 1, starting on the pole here tonight. In the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Outside of him, in the number 54, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Inside row number 2, in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Asher Hansen. Outside of him, in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Starting inside. Wow, I didn't hit the thing, apparently. Row number 3, it's going to be the number 32 of Damian Ward. Outside of him, in the number 24, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme. I guess 26 of Damian Ward. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be Charles Silvis. Outside of him, it's going to be Stephen Kellogg. Then inside, row number 5, it's going to be the 69 of Clint Sheehan. Outside of him, it's going to be Wyatt Blair. They're going to get 1 to go as they come across the line here tonight. 8 laps here for heat race number 1. I'll tell you what, this has been the best series on Monday night. We're going to see what happens here as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Landon Moody going to lead the field down the back straightaway. Who's it going to be? Out of turn number 4, pace truck going to pull in, looking for that green flag. Green flag is out as Moody's on the gas. Green flag is out as Ducharme going to take it 3 wide down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. They're 3 wide. They're squeezing through turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme going to come out ahead as they shuffle Storkson out of it. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Contact between Ward and Ducharme as they come out. Oh, Fields is down through the berm. Fields somehow survived as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be, oh no. I think Ducharme is trying to get this thing figured out as Charles goes around in the number 22 hard into the wall. He's going to go ahead and bail out as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Landon Moody has pulled away Asher in second. He's got Damian Ward all over the back of him as they come out of turn number 4 down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Ward looking down low. Battle's going to be behind him between Storkson and Fields for that number 5 spot out of turn number 2. Right, just buys the track and wins. You know, we could. I don't put anything past what Lovelace can do. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, side by side as Fields going to slide up the track. Kenny going to go way high. He's going to give it to him as we got a battle for third. As here comes Ducharme looking all over the back of the number 26 of Damian Ward. Stephen Kellogg going to have issues back at the back. He's going to go ahead and bail out as they come out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Asher, oh my God, I might have just peaked everybody's earbuds. My bad. If there's an 11 car pileup, ironic, Cody Nevins here and you say an 11 car pileup, but they come across the line. 5 laps complete, 3 laps to go. Battle for second is definitely intense as Damian Ward tries to find his way around Asher. Asher holding on right now as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Asher's trying hard. You can see him give him that throttle out of turn number 2. Damian Ward going to really shove it in there. Tries to get up underneath Asher. He's going to get low out of turn number 4. Battle for second with 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, he catches the berm. Almost slides up into Asher. Opens the door for Ducharme. Ducharme going to grab up underneath Damian Ward. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. They're going to be door to door as Ducharme going to catch the berm just a bit. Slides up into Ward. Ward going to stay in the gas out of turn 4. Keeps the number 3 spot. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Here comes Ward. He's going to slide him in turn number 1 and 2. Asher back with the cut down out of turn number 2. A little bit of door banging out of turn 2. Here comes Ducharme. Will they make it 3 wide? Down into turn number 3 and 4. Ducharme going to jump up on the berm. They make contact. They keep it 3 wide. Out of turn number 4. It's going to be Moody. Who's going to get second? It's going to be Ducharme. Asher, Hanson, Damian Ward, Jacob Fields, Kenny Storkson, Wyatt Blair, Clint Sheehan, Stephen Kellogg, and Charles Silvis, your top 10. Holy cow. You know, I probably would have fell out of a chair if I wasn't sitting in a sim rig. All right, it looks like I think everybody that's in here is going to make it because one person did bail. It is going to run the consi. Oh no, everybody's in here, so one person will be going home tonight. So yeah, everybody will make the consi if you didn't make the top 6 in that heat race. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit up tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 2, it's going to be the 36 of Remington James. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Starting inside, row number 2, it's going to be the 14 of Tyler Autry. Outside of him, it's going to be Chad King. Starting inside, row number 3, it's going to be the 00 of Zach Lovelace. Outside of him, in the number 12, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside, row number 4, it's going to be Tyler Harris. Outside of him, it's going to be Ashton Thomas. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it's going to be Brennan White. Brennan did not grid up. I just realized I had the wrong information over here. Let's go, Zach, as Remington's going to blink a little bit. Sorry, just updating my overlays so it says ARCA Dirt, not World of Outlaws. As they come down into turn number 3 and 4, Remington going to lead the way here tonight in that number 36. He's been showing a lot of speed here lately. Could he steal a victory here tonight in the main event? We're about to find out as he goes to complete heat race number 2 as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Remington James out front. Battle's going to be for second. Contact as Autry into the door of Nevin. Autry going to fall back to the number 3 spot down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Lovelace. Lovelace going to dig the bottom up underneath the 30 of Chad King as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, they got Michael Swank all over the back of them. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be side by side between Swank and Lovelace. 6 spots, so important. That puts you in the feature here tonight. Anything else, you got to go into the consi as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be Remington James leading the way. Cody Nevin in second. 2 laps in the books here in heat race number 1 as the battle behind him is absolutely insane. Chad King trying to hold on to the number 4 spot. He's got Michael Swank and Lovelace all over the back of him as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Lovelace tries to shove it up underneath. Here comes Tyler Harris. He's trying to get in on the action as they come out of turn number 4. They have to be careful because these guys are in. Harris is out. Harris trying to dig in and take advantage as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Swank down low, up underneath King. Down the back straightaway into turn number... Oh, he's going to jump the berm. Oh, they make contact. Both of them up into the wall. Oh, they're both going to fall out of a transfer slot. No, Swank's going to keep it, but Chad King, or Tyler Harris is in. Chad King going to slide him into turn number 1 and 2, cut down by Swank. So that is the battle for the transfer spot. Lovelace going to be the beneficiary of that contact as Cody Nevin all over the back of Remington James as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Remington going to work the bottom side. Nevin goes high. Will that be an advantage? Big run down the back straightaway for Cody Nevin in 11. Autry just behind these guys trying to take advantage. He wants to get those bonus points for finishing further ahead as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Remington at the line. 2 laps to go. Here comes Nevin up on the high side. Nevin has figured out something in that number 11 up on the high side as Remington's going to blink out a little bit down the back straightaway. They touch down into turn number 3 and 4. Nevin up high. Who's going to lead at the white flag as they come out of turn number 4? Nevin with the run. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. New race leader Cody Nevin into turn number 1. Nevin going to lead it down on the outside, up on the outside as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. They're going to touch doors down the back stretch. Remington's going to hold on. Here comes Autry, trying to take advantage. He's going to go to the bottom through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give the win to Cody Nevin. Remington James second. Tyler Autry, Zach Lovelace, Harris, and Swank, your top 6. What a run here tonight. Let's go, says Jonathan Burt. That was fun. That was definitely a fun one as we are going to get ready for the LCQ. We'll see who shows up here, but it will take the top 4. Oops. I forgot we're taking 16. So top 4 transfer, guys. All right, so top 4 transfer through, starting on the pole here tonight in the LCQ. It was great racing. It's going to be Wyatt Blair. Outside of him in the number 30, it's going to be Chad King. Starting inside row number 2, it's going to be the number 69 of Clint Sheehan. Outside of him in the 33, it's going to be Ashton Thomas. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 5 machine, it's going to be Stephen Kellogg. Outside of him, it is going to be... He's not there. It's going to be Charles Silvis. You can jump to the outside, Charles. All right, they're going to get 1 to go at the line as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 1 to go, 10 laps, 4 cars transfer. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, the biggest question on everybody's mind right now is, can Clint Sheehan make the race? That is the biggest question. Looking for that green flag as they come down the back straightaway. It is going to be on the 31 here tonight as they head into turn number 3, and Nevin's cheating. As the pace truck pulls in, looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. He's going to wait. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Wyatt gets on the gas down into 1 and 2. Here comes Chad King to the outside in turn number 1 and 2. He's going to take the lead out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Clint Sheehan going to fall back to the number 5 spot as Charles Silvis moves into the number 4 position as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battle for second. Oh, the 31 of Wyatt Blair sideways. Oh, in the track contact. He's going to go around. No cautions in the conti as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. That was unfortunate. He got a little wonky there. Not a whole lot anybody could do. That is big trouble for the number 31. He is going to be way back behind. That moves Clint Sheehan in that final transfer spot. Here comes Stephen Kellogg. Don't choke, Clint. So a little bit of separation here. We're going to watch the battle for the final transfer spot. Kellogg going to go to the outside. Kellogg high. He's going to bang the wall. Clint's going to move back into the final transfer spot. If I was Wyatt, I would keep digging because these two could get together. He could be in the race here tonight as these two duke it out for that final transfer spot. Here comes Stephen Kellogg trying to look down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Clint's going to pull away down into turn number 3. He's got to get on that right rear a little bit more than that as they head through turn number 3 and 4, but he's going to pull away from Kellogg down the front straightaway. Steven's going to gain into turn number 1 and 2, puts it on the right rear. If Steven can figure this out, Clint might be in trouble. Clint's going to get the berm. He's in trouble. Kellogg goes around out of turn number 2. Oh, that is unfortunate for Steven. Steven's been running a lot of our races. As he pulls back out on the track, we're going to have to tell him to be careful. Leaders are coming up on you, Steven. Just hold your line. Chad is going to continue to lead the way. Clint Sheehan is in. He just got to not step on it. No joking tonight, Clint. Oh, Steven hard into the pit wall. As they come out of turn number 4, going to be 4 laps to go. Let's go watch Clint. Let's go, Clint. All right. Are you guys keeping him calm in Discord?
Yes.
Oh, Clint just trying to hold on. He's got a little bit of space right now. Could he make his way in as Chad King continues to lead? Charles Silvis in second, Ashton Thomas in third, Clint Sheehan in that final transfer spot. So these are open hosted. So I do this one Monday nights. This is dirt on at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, and then I do an asphalt wide open on Thursdays on Thursday nights at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just look up MDiTV now, and you'll find it. Chad going to lead the way. He's going to get the white flag. 1 lap to go. Don't step on it, Chad. 1 lap to go. I'll tell you what, Ashton is trying to close in on second, but Silva's going to lead the way into 1 and 2 in that number 2 spot. Clint Sheehan, 1 lap to go. Just can't choke on a choke as Wyatt Blair has closed the gap about 1.5 seconds on Clint in that number 4 spot. Clint gets sideways out of turn number 2. He's got 1 more turn to go. Chad King going to take the win. Charles Silva second, Ash and Thomas in third. Can Clint bring it home 4th and into tonight's race? It's going to be Clint Sheehan into the race here tonight in the number 69. Wyatt Blair's not going to make it. Stephen Kellogg and Brennan White will not make the feature here tonight. No problem, Israel. You want Moody protested after the race? All right, guys. It is a 30-lap race event tonight because it is a longer lap than what we usually do, and I don't want to step on the UMP race. So 30 laps here tonight. Have fun, and I will update the points tonight. I forgot to last week. All right, starting on the pole here tonight in the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Outside of him in the number 11 is going to be Cody Nevin. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 24 machine, it's going to be Tyler Ducharme. Outside of him in the number 36, it's going to be Remington James. Starting inside, row number 3 in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Asher Hansen. Outside of him in the number 14 is going to be Tyler Autry. Starting inside, row number 4 here tonight in the number 26, Laughing Clown Machine, it's going to be Damian Ward. Outside of him in the 00, it's going to be Zach Lovelace. Starting inside, row number 5 in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Harris. Inside, row number 6 in the number 54, it's going to be Kenny Storkson. Outside of him, in the number 12, it's going to be Michael Swank. Oh, Damian Ward did not grid up. Starting inside, row number 7, it's going to be King. Outside of him, it's going to be Silvis. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Asher Thompson and Clint Sheehan as they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Why did they leave us? Looking for the green flag out of turn number 4. Pace car is in. Pace truck is in. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Moody going to lead them down into turn number 1 and 2. Ducharme going to try to get up underneath them as they are 2, almost 3 wide out of turn at number 2 for the lead. 3 wide down the back straightaway. I can't believe Nevin fitted on the top side as Ducharme going to slide up into the lead in turn number 3 and 4. Who's going to lead lap number 1? It's going to be Tyler Ducharme at the line. Tyler Ducharme going to lead it into turn number 1 and 2. Battle's going to be for second as Nevin takes that away from Moody. Moody shuffled back to the number 3 spot as Remington's going to blink out for 4th as they're 3 wide for 5th. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Here comes Jacob Fields up underneath in turn number 3 and 4. Asher going to blink out a little bit. Oh, he does get in the back of Autry out of turn number 4 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So Ducharme did not take long to figure these cars out as he is rolling in the lead up at the front, but here comes Nevin to the outside. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Nevin up high. We're going to have a drag race out of turn number 4 for the lead. Who's going to lead lap number 3 at the line? Oh, it's a dead heat at the line as they head into 1 and 2. I am not sure who led that lap as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Moody. He's going to knock on the back door of Tyler Ducharme as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Will we get a new race leader this time by? We're about to find out. Nevin rips the lip on the top side out of turn number 4. It's going to be Ducharme at the line that time by. Great racing up at the front as they head through turn number 1 and 2. 4 laps into this one. Down the back straightaway. Drag race looking for turn number 3. Ducharme down low. Nevin's going to pinch him down just a tick. Ducharme turned in a little bit late. We're going to have a drag race out of turn 4 once again. Ducharme tries to cut down. It's going to be Ducharme at the line once again as they head into 1 and 2. Oh, Ducharme's got that bottom side figured out. Moody's going to take him 3 wide out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Moody's going to shove it up underneath there. Ducharme's going to be like, not for me today. Nope, I'm going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 4 looking for the line. At the line, and it's going to be Nevin at the line that time by. Thank you for the gift over there on the heart. Is that the heart me? Thank you for that over there on TikTok. Appreciate that. We got a big pack starting to brew for the lead. A lot of good drivers right there. Top 6 nose to tail out of turn number 4. Coming to the line, it's going to be Cody Nevin at the line. Here comes Landon Moody down low. Ducharme going to take it 3 wide out of turn number 2. Big run for Ducharme as he runs the cut down. Moody going to pull out down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Ducharme pushes up the track. Nevin's going to push up a little bit higher out of turn number 4. Coming to the line. Here comes Moody back down low to the line. Nevin's going to lead it that time by. Wow, this is phenomenal. Oh, no. Oh, my God. That was insane as they come out of turn number 4. Oh, my God. I thought they were all going to die. Into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Nevin up on the high side. Ducharme down low. Drag race to the line. Nevin's going to hold on that time by. I don't know how Ducharme threaded that needle there, but that was phenomenal as he throws the slide into turn number 1 and 2. I definitely clinched. I think you guys heard it as Nevin comes back with the crossover. He's going to get the lead back into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Ducharme down low. Moody's going to have to back out a little bit as Ducharme comes down the track to the line. Ducharme going to lead that time by. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Fields almost into Moody as Nevin's going to come back with the cut down on Ducharme. It's definitely a little tough slide job by Nevin up the track. He's going to bang the wall. Clint Sheehan in the wall out of turn number 4 to the line. No caution flag as Clint kept it moving into turn number 1 and 2. Oh my God, I don't know how that wasn't a caution as we got a big stack up. Oh, big stack up out of turn number 4. All right, I'm going to say the same thing I said last week. I wasn't trying to make this league like that. If I go a little deeper with it, I will. If you feel like you need the UL, just drive through the pit lane and give it to yourself. I just don't want to have to make that choice later on in the season since I haven't made that choice yet this season. Honestly, it was really freaking hard racing. All right, so yeah, Nevin just got the run. They make contact. Ducharme going to go around. Let's try and get a different view of that one. Oh, yeah. There was a little bit of netcode involved there, too. Oh, that was unfortunate. Wow, that was wild. That was wild. Is Landon Moody going to inherit the lead? Ducharme going to go to the back with Nevin. That was some of the most amazing racing that I've ever watched, though. I'm going to be 100% honest. I know Ducharme's got to be a little frustrated with getting spun, but he's still got to be smiling. All right, they are going green this time by as Landon Moody and Remington James up at the front of the field. It is 2x2 through the field out of turn number 2, looking for that green flag this time by. I'll tell you what, the UMPs are going to suck next to that. There's no doubt in my mind the UMPs cannot stand up to what we've seen so far here tonight. As we come out of turn number 4, looking for the green flag. Moody on the gas. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Landon Moody leads the way. Fields tries to get up underneath him out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Fields down low. He's going to slide up in front of James as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Landon Moody leads the way. Jacob Fields in second, slides up the track almost into the back of Moody as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be nose to tail up at the front as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Could Moody have this one in the bag? If Nevin and Ducharme can get up here, it'll be awfully interesting to see what happens, but it looks like they are struggling to get their way through the field. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle at the back of the pack. Definitely pretty wild. Zach Lovelace in the 000. Currently in that number 9 spot. Just bought the track before this race. Not really a dirt guy, but definitely holding his own as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Fields trying to find some speed in that 007 as they come out of turn number 2. Autry sitting where he's seen himself so many times this season in that number 3 spot. It paid dividends last week. Will it pay it again as they come out of turn number 4? It is going to be 16 laps complete. Right now, things have calmed down a little bit. It's definitely a little harder to pass, but Ducharme making his way up through the field in that number 24. He's definitely making short work of these guys. Here comes Nevin. Nevin going to move down to the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ducharme making his way forward. He's got the 17 in line next. That is going to be Tyler Harris as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Him and Nevin are going to be the ones to watch coming up through the field. Right now it is pretty calm up at the front. I will keep an eye on that battle as Nevin's going to go with the slide and fall back in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Is going to be Moody leading the way. 18 laps in the books as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Oh, Ducharme going to try to hold his own up on the outside out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to move himself back up into the top 5. This could be dangerous for the field as he has definitely got some speed moving his way up as Fields continues to pressure Moody for the lead down the front straightaway. That'll definitely help Ducharme right now. If these guys get racing it out for the lead, that could help him close the gap. He might need a caution as they are going to get 10 to go this time by 10 laps to go as they come out of turn number 4. Lap traffic up ahead. Here comes Jacob Fields. Fields going to send it down into turn number 1 and 2. Slides landing Moody. Moody back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Moody with a big run with that cut down out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Moody up the track. Here comes Fields. Fields going to give him a little bit of a door. Caution flag comes out. Caution is out. Ashton Thomas goes around in that number 33. What happened to him? He just spun it out on his own on purpose. Why did it kick you? Oh, did you pack a drop? Oh, I was wondering what happened to you. You were blinking. I didn't do it last week. I'm not going to do it this week. We're just going to roll the way it tells you to. What's up, Hackney? This has been amazing tonight. And this is going to get a whole lot more interesting as Tyler Ducharme is now back up into the top 5. If he can make short work of Asher and Autry, this could be wild. And don't count out Autry. Autry has a little bit of speed here in that number 14. Yeah, you were blinking. As they come out of turn number 4, let's see if we get that 1 to go this time by. It is going to be a 9-lap shootout here tonight. Nevin's made his way back up into the top 7 as they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is 1 lap to go. Pace lights are off the truck as they come out of turn number 2. Moody definitely getting some pressure from Fields. Fields did not want to see that caution flag. Probably a good reason. Into turn number 3 and 4. Landon Moody looking for that loud pedal as they come out of turn number 4. I shortened this race because I knew it was going to be longer so I could make the UMP race, T-Clem. Green flag is out as they come out of turn number 4. Moody going to get a good jump. Here comes Fields. Fields going to slide into 1 and 2. Almost gets the door. Ducharme tries to get. He gets Asher. He almost got 2 out of turn number 2. Down the back straight. Oh, my God. That was sketchy as they head into 3 and 4. Ducharme going to slide it up in there. Parks it on Asher's bumpers. They come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Landon Moody going to lead the way. Jacob Fields in second. Tyler Autry in third. Tyler Ducharme up to 4th. Asher back to 5th. Contact further back. Oh, no. We got a big wreck down the back straightaway. Big wreck happening. Oh, my God. Oh, there it is. How is that not a caution? Oh, they kept it straight. We're going to leave it going. As they head into turn number 1 and 2. It is going to be Landon Moody leading the way down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Moody, Fields, Autry as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Ducharme in that number 4 spot. It is going to be 6 laps to go as they come across the line. Looks like Nevin's gone as they head into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, going to be Landon Moody leading the way. Here comes Ducharme with a big run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Can he hold on? That's a good question. Fields definitely putting the pressure. And Ducharme coming hot as they get 5 laps to go. Here comes Ducharme up underneath Autry. Ducharme going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Threads the needle. Autry back with the cut down out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Ducharme back to 4th. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Fields trying to close the gap. He's going to shove it into turn number 3 and 4. Almost to the back bumper of the 84. Out of turn number 4. Coming to line. When's your first show? What do you mean? Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Moody leads the way with 4 laps to go. Ducharme going to take that number 3 spot. Autry all over the back of him. Now Ducharme might need a caution as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Moody leading the way with 3 laps to go. Does Ducharme have enough time to join the party as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2? Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Jacob Fields trying to find the speed. He's going to shove it into turn number 3 and 4. Closes the gap as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. Oh, we got sideways out of turn 4. Jacob Fields going to lose ground as they head into 1 and 2. Great racing up at the front as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. This is going to end just in time as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Top 4 spread out a little bit. Ducharme going to jump all the way to the outside. And turn number 3 and 4 tries to get the run. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Will Jacob Fields get there? He's going to hit the cushion and the fence in turn number 1 and 2. Tries to get the run down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Here comes Fields. He's going to shove it in real hard into turn number 3 and 4. Holds the bottom out of turn number 4. Moody with the win here tonight. Fields in second. Ducharme in third. Autry and Hansen, your top 5. Great racing here tonight for those guys. Wow. Wow. All right, we're going to pull in whoever jumps in here. Darwin, what's up, buddy? I have no idea. Oh, I think I got somebody else's. I think this thing might have screwed up. I did screw up on me. All right, so let's go ahead and... This thing is acting a little funny. All right, there we go. I got my TikTok chat back. Let's go through these results and grab those top 3 if they are out there. It is going to be Landon Moody with the win here tonight. Jacob Fields in second. Going to be Tyler Ducharme in that number 3 spot. Tyler Autry in 4th. Asher Hansen's going to be in 5th. Tyler Harris in 6th. Zach Lovelace in 7th. Chad King in the number 8 spot. Clint Sheehan in 9th. Ashton Thomas in 10th. Going to be Kenny Storkson in the number 11 spot. Cody Nevin in 12th. Charles Silvis in 13th. Going to be Remington James 14th. Damian Ward 15th. And Michael Swank in 16th. That was wild. That was really good wild, though. That was really good racing.
Yes.
I mean, I wish more of the officials were like that. But, man, a great run here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and switch up into the UMP race, or get ready to anyway. I got a couple minutes. Great racing here tonight. Tyler, you had a good run up at the front. You guys were really tight. It was 6 of y'all close together, and you and Nevin made a little bit of contact. You go around, have to battle your way back up, get third. You got to be happy with the third after that.
Yeah, I wish I could have raced up front for it. I think I was flying at the end. What are you gonna do? I mean, I thought I kind of had him set up and where he couldn't slide me back or cross me back, and he kind of just tried to fit in a hole that wasn't there and spun me out.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's just for fun, so I'm not really gonna throw a bitch fit about it. But yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, everyone raced clean. I'm sorry for getting the dude in the heat. I didn't realize these cars, like, when you touch the berm, feels like you gained 35 miles an hour. Went to go slide Damian. I thought he was gonna slide with him, and then no, he decided not to slide. So I kind of killed him, but
Definitely,
is what it is.
definitely a unique track and car combo. But these cars actually race the dirt. It's kind of fun. It kind of reminds me of some of our older style racing, if you ask me. But what did you think about the car or track combo?
I think it's fun. I mean, they're way more gripped up than I thought they would be. I'm used to like the next gen and trucks on dirt, which don't really have a lot of grip. But these you can kind of get after it pretty good. I was kind of surprised. Usually those cars get locked down in the black, so that's where I figured I was going to end up being at the end. But I couldn't believe you could pound the cushion and make speed. I was like, wow,
Yeah,
can't believe that. But it was pretty good.
yeah. A lot of people. And it creates some phenomenal racing and multi lanes. A lot of stuff that I think iRacing needs to look to see how these drive, because I think that would help a lot of the dirt series, because there's definitely a lot of different lanes you can use, even with a fixed setup. These cars could run different lanes.
They've just got to get rid of the new tire they put on the dirt cars. Absolutely true. It's the worst thing that's ever happened. That and the track models they changed. These are definitely way more fun. I'll give you that. Like, you actually got to run in the grip. I figured this was going to be, as soon as the top got way out, you're going to have to run the bottom, but that was far from.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't we give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Let's give a shout out to Ducharme Speed and you for putting it on. It was a lot of fun, and congrats to Landon on the win.
He does that a lot over here on the dirt ARCA. I don't know what's wrong with him. He can't win on asphalt with him, but he can win on dirt.
Tell me, man, these cars are weird. I thought I was gonna give him a run for his money. Everyone told me he won every week. I thought I was giving him a run for his money, and then I was facing backward.
You definitely were giving him a run for his money, and and good job by Nevin by giving himself the EOL. That's one thing I like about doing these fun series.
I just don't key up over the mic because you never know what I'm gonna say, so I just keep my mouth shut, and it's better to just not say anything. And then I give him props for owning up to it. I mean, we've had our differences in the past because he had a little ego at one time. I don't know if that's gone or not, but I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, we all raced clean and respectful up to that point. There was no slamming through each other, and it was a lot of fun. So I'll give that. A lot more than the big block official that I watched tonight or saw highlights of. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. That is a disgrace to fucking sim racing. What they put on tonight.
That was a disgrace to everything we used to do.
It's a joke. It's like, that's why I got asked if I wanted to race tonight. I'm like, no, I don't want to race because I know what it's going to turn into. Because after last week's shit show, it wasn't a shit show last week, but I knew after all the drama that they were going to be out for blood. And guess what? They were out for blood. And it just is what it is. It's part of the game now, and that's why no one plays. And sorry for hogging up the mic, Landon.
No, you're good. You're good. I appreciate the honesty. I do. So and maybe
there's
somebody
else filter on the 25. Everyone knows that.
There's no filter here either. So, but great run. I appreciate you coming out and putting on a hell of a show.
No problem, man. I'll probably be back next week. I tried to get the one last week, but I had some little rascal comment running the UMP race.
What's up, Sean? What's up, Nolan?
So, all right.
All right, good run. Landon Moody, another win. What, 3 out of 4?
I think something like that.
Man, you got these things hooked up, but a lot of competition tonight, and it wasn't just Ducharme. Nevin was fast. Remington was fast, but blinked out. Tyler's always over there lurching, and I'll bring Tyler in just because, Autry's always there lurching on you. Man, that was a lot of fun. We've run one Knoxville race with... We've run one Knoxville race. Hold on, let me mute the chat on this UMP race real quick. We've run one Knoxville race with Nevin's League, and then we ran one Knoxville race in week 13, and they just keep getting better.
Oh yeah, I mean it's this track I think it goes well with this car. I mean it's wide. You get multiple grooves. I mean it's racy, and I had to earn that one tonight for sure. Felt that was very satisfying to win that one. Had at least three good cars to compete with tonight for
Yeah,
sure.
Fields too.
Jacob at the and then Jacob was right there at the end, and then Ducharme was faster late, got back up to the front, he just ran out of laps. But no, definitely another good race. This easily been, I think, this is the best series we've done in a while. I mean, it seems like every race we've done, even how last week was, even though it was hard to pass at Weedsport last week, it was still a really good race. But like Lanier was good. I mean, Lucas was good. I mean, every race has been pretty good with these cars, and I mean, I really believe you can put it on any track, and it's gonna put on a good race, and we're gonna find that out the rest of the season.
Yeah, it has been great. And I'll tell you what, let me ask you about Fields' move at the end there. If he had done that one lap earlier, that could have been a whole lot more interesting. I mean, he had that bottom side rolling in 3 and 4 on you there.
It would have been a Lanier photo finish V2 probably.
Instead of Autry, it would have been freaking Ducharme in the catbird seat.
Yeah, it was. It would have been one. At least it would have been one Tyler in the catbird seat. But I mean, if I'm surprised he got that thing to. He was able to get that line to stick on the bottom really good the whole night. I couldn't really get it down there. I could run the middle really good, but I couldn't really run that extreme bottom. And it was kind of going away there late. But I was really I really liked the way the track raced tonight. I thought it was really good. It was slick, but not like pre-gen 100% slick. So I really did I like that. So overall, good night.
Aiden, this is going to be the last one tonight. So probably about another 30, 45 minutes. Well, great run here tonight, Moody. Why don't we give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Oh yeah, I want to thank you for putting on this deal. It's been pretty fun to run. 3D Racing, all the guys over there, and everybody that ran tonight, Zach, Clint, all the Texas Speed guys. They wanted me to give them a shout out, and I guess also I'll promote their league also starting August 5th. Texas Speed Gen 4 League starting up. So if you got iRacing, check it out. Should be a lot of fun with the Gen 4s. And all the friends and family watching tonight. And everybody who raced tonight, Jacob, Tyler, all those guys. Great race to all of them.
Yeah, it was definitely good. That was a phenomenal race. Aiden, Thursday I'll be live. Tuesdays I'll be live again here soon when that Texas Speed Series comes out. Tyler, I'll let you give a little shout out since, man, you had a good race. Man, that was interesting. That was interesting back there for third between you and Ducharme. Autry gonna bail on us?
Autry's. Come on, Autry.
All right, I'm gonna move on.
All right.
I put him in Scott Helm's interview room.
That's fine.
Ducharme apologized about the heat race. Asher.
Yeah, I was listening in.
I was intense.
I knew you weren't happy when it happened. I could see how you drove him afterwards.
I wasn't happy, but I got over it quickly because he was way much faster than me anyways.
I'll tell you what though, you're starting to get that figured out.
Yeah, I am. I mean, that's my best ever dirt race right there. That's what, yeah, I would say, or all around. Because typically, I think the last one we did, I was decent in practice, but the rest of the race I was not that fast. But then I was able to actually have some all around speed the entire time, so I'm happy about that.
All right, we are getting into the heat race. You got anybody you want to thank, and then I'll get to Tyler real quick so that I can do the lineup for this heat.
Yeah, that was a really fun race he put up there at Knoxville. It was a blast. And yeah, I'll see you either next week or
I'll see you Thursday.
Thursday. Yeah, Thursday. Well,
Yeah,
I haven't had good luck. I haven't had good luck on Thursdays much anymore.
I'll see you at least for a heat race and a consi on Thursday.
Yeah, probably.
All right. We'll see what car we pick this week. You might end up in the top 5. Tyler, good run.
I'll make it.
You almost were in the catbird seat again. Give a shout.
Replay last week there.
Yeah, give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors. I got to do this lineup.
Yeah, I'll make it quick. Shout out to all the Octane Motorsports guys. I know Shane was watching tonight, so he was rooting me on in the comments. But James, thanks, and have fun for the rest of the night, man.
You too. Appreciate you coming out and putting on this show.
Oh yeah. Thank
All
you.
right, buddy. All right, we're going to get tonight's starting lineup here for the UMP Modifieds. I am cheesing right now. I am grinning ear to ear. I know you probably can hear it. I know you can't see it, but you can hear the excitement in my voice, I'm sure. All right, heat race number 1 here for the UMP Modifieds. The final race of the night, it is going to be Keith Hackney starting on the pole here in that number 69. Outside of him in the 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number 16, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him in the number 97 is going to be T. Clem. Starting inside, row number 3 in that other number 69, it's going to be Blake Henn. Outside of him, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Starting inside, row number 4 in the number... What number is Keaton? In the number 57K, it's going to be Keaton Holder. Outside of him, in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 1. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Everybody's going to make it here tonight as there's only 15, 16 cars in this race. As we got contact up at the front as Stephen Gaines going to go backwards in a hurry as it looked like him. And Hennigan, I think had more contact in the 3 and 4. Oh, Gaines going to go all the way to the back. Dustin back almost all the way just as far. He's back to the number 6 spot. He's 3 wide for the number 4 position out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. I need to turn the mic on because I got to know what these guys are saying. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, it is going to be all Hackney out front. T. Clem in second. Blake Henn in third. Going to be Dustin in that number 4 spot. Keaton Holder in 5th. Darian Brunson in 6th. Stephen Gaines in 7th as Fields falls back to that number 8 spot. All right, so things have calmed down just a little bit here in heat race number 1 as we got 3 laps complete, starting to pick up the pace as Stephen Gaines trying to move his way back forward. Here comes Dustin Hennigan in the number 16. He's fast too as they come out into turn number 3 side by side. Here comes Hennigan for that number 3 spot. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. I don't know who had it at the line. It was too close to call, but Dustin going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. Not able to slide up, but he's going to clear him out of turn number 2. Blake Henn now back to the number 4 spot as Holder closes in on this battle as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be Hackney leading the way. T. Clem in second. Hennigan, Henn, Holder, Brunson, Gaines, and Fields rounding out the field. So these guys all pretty close together from about 3rd on back. Hennigan starting to get a little bit of space between him and 4th as Blake has Holder all over the back of him as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes, little contact for Holder. Darian going to get up underneath them. Blake Henn into the wall. Holder going to get up underneath him. He's going to slide him out of turn number 4. Blake Henn back down low. White flag is out. 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Holder on the outside. Henn down low, down the back straightaway. Henn's going to ship it into 3 and 4. Almost make contact as Holder's going to win that battle on the high side as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Hackney, T. Clem, Hennigan, Holder, Henn, Brunson, Gaines, and Fields. Your field. So 16 cars, all of them going to make it into the feature here tonight. As we wait for these guys to grid up, we're going to go ahead and do tonight's starting lineup here for heat race number 2. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 13 machine, it's going to be Michael Clark. Outside of him in the 37, it's going to be Nate Walker. Starting inside, row number 2 in the number, 11 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Outside of him, sorry, did I get that backwards? Sorry. Starting inside, Harper's in the 10. Starting inside of row number 2, it's going to be Justin Bram. Outside of him, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 3 machine, it's going to be Nolan Patrick. Outside of him in the 76, it's going to be Trey Parker. Starting inside, row number 4, in the number 11 machine, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Jackson Morad. Am I saying that right? All right, so they are out on the track getting ready for 8 laps here in heat race number 2. That's unfortunate. It's such a small field. Could have really used a Conti here tonight. As they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get that one to go this time by. One to go as they come out of turn number 3 and 4. Stacked up 2 by 2, 8 cars. Everybody's going to make it. This is just for position. Who's your pick? What's up, Marcus? How are you? How are you? We got a couple follows, and I definitely missed them here tonight. Appreciate those follows, guys. As they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into turn number 3. When are they going to fire off? We're about to find out. As they head through turn number 3 and 4. Pace truck is in. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Michael Clark leading the way. Justin in second as he parks it on Nate Walker's nose. Nate going to come back with the cut down. Here comes Harper down low. They're going to be 3 wide out of turn number 2. They're going to fall back just a tick as they head into 3 and 4. One on the berm. We got one going around. It's going to be the 76. Hard. Trey Baker hard into Jackson. Might have been a little bit of net code there, but definitely a lot of bit of chaos as Michael Clark leads the way down the back straightaway. Going to be Nate Walker in second, Harper in third. Battle's going to be for 4th on back as Patrick tries to hold on out of turn number 4. Here comes Cody Nevin in the number 11. He's going to ship it into turn number 1 and 2. How different does it have to be for some of these guys going from the ARCA cars here to the UMP modifieds? Definitely has to be a different field as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead is starting to heat up. Thank you for the rose, Jesse, as they come down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Jesse, thank you for the rose over there on TikTok. Definitely appreciate it as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Nate Walker working the leader through turn number 3 and 4. He's going to have 4 laps complete. He's got 4 more laps to find his way around. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Harper sitting in that number 3 spot. If these guys get together, it could be Harper's lucky day here in heat race number 2 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Nate Walker looking down low, can't get the run off. He's got to dive it to the high side of turn number 1 and 2. Look for the run. He's going to get a good run off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, closes that gap just a tick as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to work it through turn number 3 and 4 for 2 more laps to go. 2 more laps to go. Let's take a look at these lap times. Who was quicker that time by? It was Clark quicker that time by. He's going to slide it through 1 and 2. Nate Walker definitely gaining some ground through turn number 1 and 2 into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get the white flag this time by. Thank you for the basketball. Appreciate. Oh, I just got jumped into the wrong chat again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Every once in a while, I get bumped into the wrong chat as they come out of turn number 4 looking for that checker flag. Clark going to take the win. Nate Walker second. Harper, Nevin, Patrick, Byram, Morad, and Trey Baker routing out the field. All right, we are going to get them stacked up for tonight's feature. 30 laps here tonight for the UMP Modifieds. We're going to go ahead and line them up 2 by 2. And we are going to roll through tonight's starting grid. Maybe. How did I get my Twitch out of my... Starting on the pole here tonight in the number 69 machine, it's going to be Keith Hackney. Outside of him in the number 13, it's going to be Michael Clark. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 97 machine, it's going to be T Clem. Outside of him in the number 37, it's going to be Nate Walker. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 16 machine, it's going to be Dustin Hennigan. Outside of him in the number 10, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside row number 4, it's going to be the number, I don't know what number it is, number 69 of, is it 69? In the number 57, it's going to be Keaton Holder. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Cody Nevin. Starting inside row number 5, in the number 69, it's going to be Blake Henn. Outside of him, it's going to be Nolan Patrick. Starting inside row number 6, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Outside of him, it's going to be Dustin Byram. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7. In the number 07, it's going to be Stephen Gaines. Outside of him, it's going to be Jackson Morad. Starting inside row number 8 here tonight, in the 007, it's going to be Jacob Fields. Outside of him, in the number 76, it's going to be Trey Baker. 30 laps here tonight for these drivers as they come down the front straightaway looking for turn number 1 and 2. Who's your favorite? Let me know out in the turn number 3 and 4. Looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. We've tried it. The ARCA cars just seem the best. But we've definitely done them on dirt too. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, going to be Keith Hackney leading the way. Michael Clark in second, T Clem in third. Nate Walker is going to try to keep that number 4 spot in the 37, but here comes Hennigan down low. Yeah, I mean, for whatever reason, the ARCA car just does really well on dirt. The other asphalt cars kind of drive a little bit different, like Ducharme was saying in the slick. They like the slick. The ARCA car actually drives like a dirt car. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Hennigan trying to slide for third as T Clem rolls to the outside. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side into turn number 3 and 4. Clark looking for the lead now. Up underneath Hackney. Out of turn 4. Can't do it as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Hennigan rolling hard down on the bottom side. T Clem going to fall back to the number 4 spot. Hennigan slides up the track, cut down by T Clem. Drag race out of turn number 4. It's not bad, but the ARCA car is definitely great. Here comes Clark looking for the lead up underneath Hackney down the back straightaway. He's going to shove the nose up into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney on the outside. Big drive out of turn number 4 to the line. It is going to be 5 laps complete here tonight as here comes Clark back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Hackney on the outside. Big run for Clark down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Clark going to slide into turn number 3 and 4 up the track. Here comes Hackney back down low. He's going to have the lead before turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Clark all over the back of him into turn number 3 and 4 as T Clem throws a slide on Hennigan. Hennigan getting a big run out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Clark back down low into turn number 3 and 4, trying to get around Hackney out of turn 4. Drag race down the front straightaway. Hackney with the lead that time by down into 1 and 2. Down into turn number. By the way, our ARCA car, we do fix set for the ARCA cars. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Clark to the lead. Hackney thought he was going to slide up, gets into the back of him. Both of them get loose. Big save out of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2. Hackney shoves it in almost to the back bumper of Clark as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Here comes T Clem with a run in the number 97 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Going to be Michael Clark that time by. Oh, as Hackney headhunting as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, got real close to the number 13. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes T-Clum to the bottom. Through turn number 3 and 4. Hackney going to dive up underneath out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Can't get there. He's going to shoot to the high side of 1 and 2. Hackney going to get a big run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Going to take it down low. Clark up the track. Drag race down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes the slide up the track. Hackney to the point. Here comes Clark back down low. Who's going to have it at the line? Keith Hackney at the line that time by. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. So we use the dirt set, and I just changed the gear for the track. Most of the smaller tracks take the gear that's in it, though. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. Here comes Hackney back with the slide into turn number 1 and 2. Cut down by Clark. Clark going to get a big run as they got a huge battle for the number 3 spot behind. As it looks like T-Clem has his hands full. Steven Gaines up 9 spots. They're 3 wide. 2 wide for the lead. 3 wide behind him as they come across the line. Clark with the lead that time by. You know, I said that the ARCA race would have been hard to beat, but these guys are definitely trying to do their best as they come down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Clark going to push Hackney up the track side by side out of turn number 4 to the line. 14 laps complete. We got 16 to close as Clark leads it into turn number 1 and 2. Clark with a good run into turn number 1 and 2, but Hackney with a better run out of turn 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Clark going to slide up the track, cut down by Hackney out of turn number 4 to the line. Who's going to have it at the line? It's going to be Hackney. That time by as they head into 1 and 2, halfway through, 15 laps to go. Hackney up the track. He's going to slide. Here comes Clark looking down low. Nope. He's going to stay in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. You got to wonder how hard these two have run their tires as Steven Gaines has run up through the field up 10 spots, gaining on the leaders as they head through turn number 1 and 2. How about Steven Gaines rolling his way up through the field all the way up to the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, out front it is Hackney. Michael Clark in second. Steven Gaines in third as they head into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to keep it nose to tail. Some of these guys might be cooling off their tires as T-Clem is struggling in that number 97. Field pretty spread out right now. Best races on the track are up at the front as Gaines now starting to put the work on the 13 of Clark as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Gaines in the 07. Can he get the run off of 2? He does. He's going to get down low. He's going to throw it into turn number 3 and 4. Slide job by Clark out of turn number 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead. That is Cody Nevin in the 11. This could get awfully interesting as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Clark with the slide. Gaines going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Hackney to the outside. Nevin up high out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. Almost contact there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Nevin going to slide into turn number 1 and 2. Hackney cuts down out of turn 2. Down the front straightaway. Back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Wow, that was interesting. As they come out of turn number 4, Hackney continues to lead. Steven Gaines looking for second. Gaines going to get it that time by. Here comes Clark fighting back down low as they head through turn number 1 and 2. It's definitely getting interesting. How about Steven Gaines? He started way, way back around that number 12 spot, I think it was. He is working his way up as we got issues in the back. Patrick goes around. No caution flag. As it stands right now, I don't think it'll throw a caution with him down there. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, looking for turn. Oh, yellow, yellow, yellow is out on the track. All right, let's see what happened to Nolan Patrick. He went around too. Oh, he got the wall. So caution flag comes out for the Is that the first time tonight? I think that's the first time here tonight, as they are going to re-rack them, restack them with 7 laps to go when they take the green flag. I'll tell you what, if you're Hackney, you got Stephen Gaines behind him. This could be awfully interesting here tonight, and the rest of these guys get to cool down their tires. This could be insane. All right, we got some. As they come down the back straightaway looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Let's see if they're going to get that one to go. Let's see if they get that one to go this time by as they come out of turn at number 4. It is going to be Keith Hackney leading the way. Stephen Gaines in second. Michael Clark in third. Dustin Hennigan in fourth. T. Clem in fifth. We're going to see how this one ends. I'll tell you what, Gaines has got a car. We'll see if Hackney was able to save anything here. We're about to find out as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. I think if you're Hackney, you just kind of go early. And he does. Green flag is out. Green flag's out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be 7 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Stephen Gaines going to go right up to the cushion through turn number 1 and 2. Let's see how this run down the back straightaway goes for him as he tries to close the gap on Hackney as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Can Stephen Gaines get there as they come across the line? Down into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines going to run slider in turn number 1 and 2. That time he gains a lot on Hackney. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. Let's take a look at these lap times this time by as they come across the line. Who is going to be the fastest? It's going to be Stephen Gaines by a little bit more than a tenth as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines going to try to close the gap as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 4 to go this time by. Almost contact back there for the number 3 spot as Dustin almost slides into Clark. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines is there. Into turn number 1 and 2. Are we going to end up with a battle for the lead? Down the back straightaway. I think we are as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 more laps to go when they come across the line. 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Gaines going to go down low on Hackney. Hackney up to the outside. Going to be a drag race out of turn number 2. Gaines going to pull him out of turn 2. Takes the lead into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Hackney back down low. Drag race out of turn number 4. Who's going to lead this time by? It's going to be Stephen Gaines, new race leader in the 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Stephen Gaines up 12 spots, takes the lead as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Going to be white flag this time by Hackney, trying to fight back down low as they come out of turn number 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Going to be Stephen Gaines out front. Keith Hackney in second. Clark in third as they come out of turn number 2 into 3 and 4. One last time. Stephen Gaines with the lead and the win here tonight. He's going to take that W. Hackney second. Clark, T. Clem, Hennigan, your top 5. All right, it's going to be Stephen Gaines with the win. Keith Hackney in second. Michael Clark in third. Going to be T. Clement, that number 4 spot. Hennigan in 5th. Keaton Holder in 6th. Blake Henn in 7th. Alex Harper in 8th. Jacob Fields in that number 9 spot. Trey Baker in 10th. Morad in 11th. All right, it jumped off to the wrong chat again over there on my TikTok. All right, it's going to be Brunson in the number 12 spot. Justin Byram and 12th and 13th. Walker 14th, Patrick 15th, and Nevin in that number 16 spot. We'll see if anybody ends up jumping up in here. They're having their own conversation out there.
Oh. What did I do? Nothing.
All right, I don't see Hackney up in here. We're going to see if Hackney does come in for an interview.
I'm sure you're
We'll give him a couple more minutes. Hackney, Clark, or Gaines, all welcome to come in for an interview here. All right, they are still arguing in the chat. I don't see Hackney in here. I don't know if he's going to make it in. I know he's a little frustrated by that one. And I understand the frustration. Just giving him a few more minutes here. All right, it does not look like Hackney's going to make it in here tonight. He is still talking in the race chat, so we're going to go ahead and call it a stream unless he says something in the chat that he's on the way. As always, until next time, guys, be safe and have a good night.